Uniontown, Thurby's Riverside Ford, State Farm Agent Lauren Yeoman, Lee's Plumbing and Excavating, and Joby's Golf. Now stay tuned for the Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show here on WMBS, Facebook Live, and on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
From York Run, Pennsylvania, it's time for high school basketball action here on WMBS, the Trib Live High School Sports Network and Facebook Live. Tonight, the Albert Gallatin Colonials, 10-7 a season ago, currently sitting at 0-2 overall, host the Uniontown Red Raiders. The Red Raiders 0-1. They were 6-10 last year. Rob Kesmarski in his 20th year as the Uniontown head coach, Jay Fleener in his 10th year as the head coach of the Albert Gallatin Colonials. Brian Morozak along with you. Steve Superk's going to join me for all of the play-by-play tonight. Nick Barczyk back inside our WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital studios, and Billy Dice behind the camera with our Facebook Live video stream, which, by the way, tonight is courtesy of Marucas Pizza Shop and Fayette County Recorder of Deeds-elect John Marietta. Our pregame show being brought to you by the Sprouse Insurance Group and insurance agent David Hughes. They will get you ready for the game. They're located at 217 West Main Street in Uniontown. Phone 724-437-9812 for the Sprouse Insurance Group. So both Uniontown and Albert Gallatin looking for their first win of the year tonight. Albert Gallatin actually played an opposite schedule of Laurel Highlands this past weekend. They lost to Peters Township on Friday and then fell against Baldwin on Saturday. They're in rebuilding mode. Uniontown opened up the season yesterday. They were very competitive, but fell to Thomas Jefferson 63-56. The Red Raiders leading scorer returning from a year ago, Bakari Wallace, fouled out of the game with about 3 minutes left, and that allowed TJ to go on a late run for the 7-point win. We mentioned the Colonials losing their top 3 scorers to graduation, A.J. Blyden, Jashir Keene, and also they lost Nate English to graduation. Both Blyden and Kane playing JUCO ball in Mississippi. And Blyden actually has a couple of Division I offers to Alcorn State and Mississippi Valley State as well. Nate English chose not to play basketball in college. It's usually fun when these two schools get together. Last year, Albert Gallatin snapped a 4-game Uniontown win streak in the series and down the Red Raiders with their powerful team 85-47. We expect a very competitive game tonight when our Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show continues. We'll talk to Uniontown head coach Rob Kesmarski and Jay Fleener, the head coach of the Albert Gallatin Colonials, here on WMBS, the Trib Live High School Sports Network, and Facebook Live.
I'm attorney Bill Martin, partner at Radcliffe Law. When you're in an accident, it can be frightening. You have to deal with insurance companies, medical bills, doctors, and employers, all while trying to recover from your injuries. We want you to concentrate on getting well and allow us to handle the rest. We have 40 years of experience at handling all sorts of personal injury cases here at Radcliffe Law. Call our office today at 724-439-3939 to set up your free consultation. We have Saturday appointments available. Radcliffe Law, making the law personal.
Did you know that you have a choice for your physical therapy provider? NovaCare Rehabilitation offers same-day appointments, and oftentimes you don't need a prescription from your doctor to see us. We will make sure that you are treated as an individual and will work directly one-on-one with you to help achieve your goals. You have tried the rest. Now try the best. NovaCare, Delaware Avenue in Uniontown. Phone 724-437-0556 to schedule your appointment today.
It's a fact, we go your way, all around, every day. It's a fact, we're striving harder to get you farther.
Holiday shopping has begun, you know. The hustle and bustle of busy streets and parking lots. Wouldn't it be better if there was a bus shuttle service where you wouldn't have to worry about anything other than shopping and making sure you got all of the gifts on your list? Wait, there is. Fayette Area Coordinated Transportation has a free shuttle service from their transfer center every Monday through Friday. That's right, free. Just park your car at the transfer center from 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. and forget all the fuss and get on the bus. No headaches this holiday season. FACT also has public transportation service to Pittsburgh area malls and shopping plazas. All FACT vehicles are handicapped accessible. For more information on routes and schedules, visit www.factbus.com.
It's a fact, we're Fayette County Public Transit.
Going on now at C. Harper Chevy. Our customers can drive away in a new 2022 Chevy Equinox for only $209 a month. Security deposit waived. Stop in for a test drive or visit CHarperChevy.com. Chevrolet, find new roads. Lease it through GMF for well-qualified individuals, 24 months and 10,000 miles per year with $3,000 cash trade equity with GM Lease Loyalty or GM Lease Conquest plus $500 GM bonus. Security deposit waived. Payment is plus tax, title fees, and first payment. Sale ends January 3rd, 2022. While supplies last. Residency restrictions apply. Call dealer for all of the details at 724-929-8000.
Bad hair day? Bad day at the office? bad day behind the wheel? Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your Erie agent in Uniontown and Ross Traver Township is Sproul's Insurance Group, 724-437-9812, or go to sproulsinsurance.com.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
Magisterial District Judge Daniel Shimshock would like to wish all area listeners a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. 'Tis the season of goodwill and cheer. Magisterial District Judge Daniel Shimshock hopes that you take the time to help those in need over the holidays and cherish the time that you spend with loved ones and those close to you. Happy holidays from Magisterial District Judge Daniel Shimshock.
Looking for a dentist? Dr. Michael George and Dr. Ashley Parker of George Dental Associates, a Uniontown staple, has over 40 years' experience treating patients of all ages. Their caring, professional team of dentists and their staff offer a full range of dental services, including restorative, preventative, pediatric, cosmetic, and so much more. Visit GeorgeDentalAssociates.com today. That's GeorgeDentalAssociates.com, and find out how they can enhance your smile through the art of dentistry.
Brian Marucas back on the Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show. Boys high school basketball action on WMBS tonight. The Uniontown Red Raiders at Albert Gallatin taking on the Colonials. Joining us now, Uniontown head coach Rob Kismarski. And Rob, I thought your Red Raiders played well last night against Thomas Jefferson. Unfortunately, the Jags pulled it out in the fourth quarter.
Yes, it's a game that we really had a chance to win. I'm very proud of the effort of the kids. We had really 4 kids, 2 freshmen and 2 sophomores. That was their first varsity experience, and I thought they all did a tremendous job. I thought our kids played well in times. Unfortunately, we missed some foul shots. We were 6 for 18. That we hopefully do better with that. And we missed some easy baskets that I know that we'll make when the games progress in our next couple games. So. Very positive night for us. It's a good learning experience. Like I said, we did a lot of positive things, battled back, but unfortunately we just came up a little bit short. But win or lose that game, we still have the same things that we have to improve on. So we take a lot of positives away from that game.
I was also impressed with Bakari Wallace. Played well, scored 13 points before he fouled out with 2:48 left in regulation, and I thought he really made a difference being on the floor. Your team just wasn't the same after he fouled out in the closing minutes.
Well, Bakari scored 13 points, I believe, and probably only played 2.5 quarters because of foul trouble. Bakari does so much for us, and I thought those couple of those charges were bang bang, and but that's what happens. Sometimes you get the call, sometimes you don't. But we need Bakari on the floor. But I thought we had we have a lot of production from the bench. I mean, it's a little bit different seeing so many players go in and out, and all that will be taken care of itself as far as the rotation. But again, it's a good night, and we have one more game before a really important home Friday game.
And it seemed like your 2 freshmen, as you said, I was very impressed with what they brought to the table. I think they played like more upperclassmen than freshmen out on the floor.
Yes, they played so much basketball over the years, and I'm sure they had some jitters too, being their first game. But they're basketball junkies. That's what they do, and very, very impressed with how well they played.
Albert Gallatin tonight, as you mentioned, your final non-conference game before conference play gets underway on Friday night. What are you trying to get out of this game with the Colonials?
Well, it's a game. It's going to be a very good experience because I'm sure there'll be a nice crowd there. That'll be good for our players to experience this the first time, and so it's going to be. Hopefully, there's a big crowd out there. This is one of the things we wanted to do early on. We wanted to play as many exhibition games as we can. The one thing too that we're very fortunate too that now after tonight we'll have 2 days to prepare for York, and that's so important. Section games are where it counts, but this is a rivalry game, and our kids want to go out there and play well and win.
Rob, appreciate your time as always. We'll see you out there against the Colonials. That's Uniontown head coach Rob Kazmarski. The Red Raiders taking on Albert Gallatin tonight. We'll talk to Albert Gallatin head coach Shay Fleener when the Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show continues right after this.
When it's time to service your vehicle, don't procrastinate. Call Rose Motors at 724-583-1944. Rose Motors, specializing in computer diagnostics, engine and electrical problems, brake service, electronic tune-ups, air conditioning repair, exhaust work, state inspection, and more. Looking for a quality pre-owned vehicle? See Rose Motors, where financing is also available. Rose Motors, 42 River Avenue in Masontown. Serving the area for 3 generations. Open Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5, Saturday by appointment.
Attorneys from all over the state and nation advertise in southwestern Pennsylvania for personal injury and workers' comp cases. But most of them send their assistants to do the legwork. You might not even meet your attorney until your first hearing.
We're local attorneys, Davis & Davis. We meet directly with our clients, including free consultation. There are no fees until you receive money on your case. If you've been injured, call Davis & Davis, representing you and your neighbors yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
Phone 724-437-2799.
Mom Marucas Pizza Shop, located at 64 Barton Mill Road in Uniontown, is your prime place to enjoy local high school sports. Mom Marucas is family-owned and operated where pride of ownership certainly shows. The Sampson family carries on the tradition of homemade pizza, salads, subs, and wings. Mom Marucas is open Monday through Saturday, 4 to 10 for indoor-outdoor dining and takeout. Call 724-438-9066 or visit MamarucaPizza.com for their menu.
With branches in Markleysburg, Connellsville, Hopwood, Uniontown, and Perryopolis, Somerset Trust Company is truly Fayette County's community bank. We invite you to stop by and experience the Somerset Trust Company difference. Local decision-making, convenient locations, extended hours, award-winning online and mobile banking, and more. Somerset Trust Company, community banking worth talking about. Branches and ATMs throughout Fayette County.
Chris Parker Jr., is your 20th anniversary celebration continuing?
It's the final month of our 20th anniversary as your Hyundai dealer. And over 60 years in the car business, we want everyone to know that new inventory is scheduled to arrive daily. And all new 2022 Hyundais, excluding Palisades, have available 0% financing for 48 months. If Santa's sleigh breaks down, the roomy all-wheel drive Palisade is perfect to carry gifts. And Hyundai's all-wheel drive Kona, Tucson, and Santa Fe SUVs will get you through snowy winter weather.
Plus, every new Hyundai comes with Hyundai Assurance, America's best warranty with 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain protection and 3-year free maintenance.
In the used car market, check out our certified pre-owned Hyundais with the balance of the 100,000-mile powertrain warranty included. Not in the market to buy a car? Autoland is interested in purchasing your vehicle.
Visit their website, AutolandHyundai.com, or stop into Autoland Hyundai, East Fayette Street, Uniontown.
You always pay less to drive the best at Autoland Hyundai.
When you need a vaccine, look to Peachin Pharmacy as a partner in your health. Peachin Pharmacy has all of the COVID-19 vaccines, including boosters, at no cost to you. They also have the shingles and pneumonia vaccine. Schedule online, by phone, or just walk in. When you are ready, get your vaccine at Peachin Pharmacy, located in downtown Connellsville.
Peachin Pharmacy, your local pharmacy.
Just as your local State Farm agent combines good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates, you can combine your home and auto. And guess what you'll get? That's right, good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates. In fact, State Farm agent Lauren Yeoman is your go-to agent in Uniontown for the service you deserve at the price you want. So try to combine home and auto today. State Farm agent Lauren Yeoman will help you mix and match things perfectly. Call 724-592-6308 for your surprisingly great rates. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prime Rozak back with Albert Gallatin head coach Shay Fleener. And Shay, you had a great senior class a year ago, but you're certainly in rebuilding mode here to start a new season.
Yeah, definitely. This weekend was, it was a tough way to open up with Baldwin and Peters Township, two teams that were also successful last year, both teams returning players from last year. And, they're just older than us and a lot bigger and stronger. On the perimeter, their perimeter swing guys were as big as our biggest guys. So, it was definitely a tough way to open up. We knew going into this past weekend, we know how young we are. We know how inexperienced we are. but, it's just a tough way to open up. But, we've got to work and keep working every day in practice to get better. So can't use that as an excuse. Just have to come back and learn from this past weekend and try to move forward.
Probably helps that you don't play any conference games, though, until after the first of the year, so you'll have a couple of weeks here to fine-tune, and you'll continue that on Tuesday against Uniontown.
Yeah, definitely. And we've talked about that quite a bit. And I keep telling them with this group, especially, the only date scheduled or circled on my calendar right now is January 4th, and that's our first section game. So, these all have to be experience builders for us. We need to find out our identity. We need to find out individually what we can and can't do, and start trying to maximize what we're good at individually, what we're not as good at, try to minimize that, and then same way as a team. So, it's just, this is definitely a growing period, and we, like I said, it's got to be a learning process. So, I do think, as I kind of look ahead to the season, I think there's a way to still get to the playoffs. Obviously Laurel Highlands is, going to be so difficult for any team in the Wpial to beat this year. So, we're not looking there right now. That's not where we're at. I mean, obviously, somewhere down the road we'd like to be there, but right now we're not there. We're not even close to being there. And Thomas Jefferson has some players back from last year, and they're always big and physical and strong, But then, to me, after that, and this is all just on paper stuff. You don't know how the season plays out. You don't know, hopefully, no one gets hurt for anybody, but, you don't know how injuries occur and things, how things can take place. So, it's just understanding that even in a down year, we still could be in a playoff situation down the road. Just, obviously this weekend wasn't a good barometer to see where we're at.
What's your rotation looking like right now?
We started the weekend. Mike Hellbelt started at point guard, sophomore. Blake White started as our shooting guard, sophomore. Caleb Mathis-Chapman is back with us after a year off last year. He's a senior playing as a guard on the perimeter. Jameer Braxton playing inside, even though he's really a perimeter player, but sophomore. And then Nick Pegg is healthy for us this year. He didn't get to play last year. Would have been a big part of last year's team had he not been injured. He's a senior. So, those have been our starting five through the first two games. But then Cameron Pratt has played just as many minutes as any of the starters, and I thought actually had a good weekend considering, the outcomes of the games. I thought he did a lot of positives. And then Grayson Jarrett came off the bench and also gave us a lot of minutes. Those are probably the top 7 minute-wise. Daniel Llewellyn got some minutes for us. He's another sophomore. Him and Cam Pratt both. So those are two sophomores coming off the bench. Grayson Jarrett, the junior. And then we gave some minutes to Jeremiah Darnell, who's a freshman. And then J.J. Jackson gave us a few minutes off the bench, too, who's also another freshman. So we're super, super young across the board here.
What do you think about the matchup with Uniontown? What are you trying to get out of Tuesday night's game?
Honestly, I'm sure I'll look at them this evening. But our focus right now can't be on other teams. I mean, we'll talk about them a little bit today. I know some of their personnel, and I know me and Coach Kaczmarski have coached against each other quite a bit. Some staples that certain coaches have and what they're going to go to, but just skill development-wise right now, we have too much to worry about on our own that we can't be spending a lot of practice times, right now worrying about what the other team does, especially, these games matter, but they don't, in our big picture. So, yeah, it's a crosstown rival, and you'd like to win it at any point, anytime you play any of those teams, but like I said, that can't be our focus right now. We've got so much to learn and get better from in deficiencies that were exposed this past weekend. And, the tough thing about it, me and my coaching staff have talked about it, we're practicing against 9th and 10th graders, too. So our varsity starters are practicing against guys, and we kind of talked about that with the team leading up to the game. You can't take what you're getting away with in practice and think that's how it's going to be come game time. And, that's why I said, we just have so much to work on our own. I can't justify having to spend a lot of time on any team right now. Like I said, it's going to have to be brief and talk about certain things, but, we need to focus on us right now.
That's Albert Gallatin head coach Shea Fleener. The Colonials hosting Uniontown boys high school basketball action here on WMBS, the Triple I High School Sports Network, and Facebook Live. Stay tuned. The starting lineups and the opening tip-off on the way next.
The WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital Orthopedic and Spine Institute is open, and their experienced providers are ready to care for you. Orthopedic and spine care spans a wide range of problems, from arthritis to joint trauma caused by injury or overuse. Hips, shoulders, knees, and backs are the most common areas where patients experience pain or impaired function. At WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital, they can treat orthopedic and spine problems with state-of-the-art care. Their board-certified orthopedic surgeons and specialists are well experienced in the latest treatments for damaged and diseased joints. They offer everything from physical therapies to joint repairs and joint replacements. Whenever possible, the newest, minimally invasive techniques are used to ensure quicker recovery, less pain, and less damage to surrounding tissues. To learn more about the newly opened Orthopedic and Spine Institute at WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital, or to schedule an appointment, call 724-912-7533 or visit wvumedicine.org/Uniontown. WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital, the new us. Here for you.
For attorney Melinda Della Rose, helping people with compassionate counseling, candid legal advice, strong advocacy, and professional commitment is what she does best. With an office at 99 East Main Street in downtown Uniontown, attorney Della Rose specializes in family law, municipal law, and general civil litigation, as well as personal injury, estate planning, probate, and more. For more information, call attorney Melinda Della Rose at 724-437-3200, 724-437-3200, or online at DellaRoseLaw.com.
Are you looking for a rewarding career? M&R Transit is now hiring van drivers. Van drivers must be 26 years of age, have a valid driver license, and a clean driving record. Van drivers must be able to obtain all clearances. For more information, call 724-439-3164. That's 724-439-3164, or apply in person at M&R Transit, 253 South Mount Vernon Avenue. M&R Transit wishes the Laurel Highlands Mustangs good luck.
Casey's Sports Cafe, owned by the Vernon family, is located on South Mount Vernon Avenue in Uniontown. Casey's has reopened for dine-in services with new hours, Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., Saturday and Sunday 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. Meals are home cooked and range from a variety of steaks, chicken and veal parmesan, liver and onions, along with appetizers, salads, wings, and sandwiches. Casey's offers free delivery in the Uniontown area with purchases of $10 or more. Phone 724-550-4126 for Casey Sports Cafe.
Hello, everyone. This is John Marietta. With God, all things are possible. Who would have ever thought we would have come this far? I want to thank each and every one who has helped me get this far. We couldn't have done this without you all. Change is what you ask for, and that's what you're going to get. This was about you, not me. I'm just a regular guy trying to do the right thing. I am John Marietta. I am the hillbilly. With your help, you have made me the next recorder of deeds for the people of Fayette County. God bless each and every one of you, and God bless America.
When you are looking to make some extra cash for your aluminum cans, visit Cherokee Recycling, where aluminum can is king. Cherokee Recycling is open Monday through Friday, 9 till 5, and Saturdays, 8 till 12 noon, closed Sundays and holidays. Give Marcus or Rags a call today at 724-439-3228 for Cherokee Recycling, where recycling makes the most sense.
Looking for the highest quality products at the lowest prices? Shop and save on Walnut Hill in Uniontown has the widest selection of brands and the freshest offerings around. They specialize in your family's grocery needs. Save big and sign up for the Shop and Save Perks card to get money-saving benefits and discounts on gas. Shop and Save. Walnut Hill Road, Uniontown, open 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day. Working hard to offer you the best at Shop and Save because it's the just right thing to do.
Brian Morozak back here in York Run at Albert Gallatin High School. The junior varsity game actually just wrapped up. Albert Gallatin had a 30-18 lead late on Uniontown. Red Raiders rallied back, ended up losing though 32-29. So we're still about 15 minutes away from the varsity start tonight. Steve Superk's supposed to be joining me. He's kind of like Carmen Sandiego tonight. We don't know where he's at. but I'm sure Steve will be here before the opening tip-off tonight. Let's take a look at some other games around the region at Franklin Regional tonight, second day of the Mike Redgert tournament. Woodland Hills taking on Penn Trafford and Baldwin at Franklin Regional. Other games around the region, Beth Center at Jefferson Morgan, Hempfield hosting Bethel Park. Cannon McMillan at Greater Latrobe, Carmichael's at Waynesburg tonight. Chartiers Valley at Quaker Valley. Connellsville's at Mount Pleasant. We'll see the Falcons on WMBS on Saturday hosting Uniontown. Greensburg Central Catholic at Ligonier Valley. Derry hosting Greensburg Salem. Mennesons at Charleroi. Norwin at Peters Township tonight. Our Lady of Sacred Heart battling Steel Valley. South Allegheny at McKeesport. Montour hosting South Fayette. Southmoreland's at Fraser. Thomas Jefferson, they're playing on back-to-back nights. They're at Steel Valley. Trinity at Washington. West Green battling California. And West Mifflin is at Sarah Catholic tonight. We'll also pass along some scores from last night. Of course, here on WMBS, we had the Uniontown Red Raiders in action against Thomas Jefferson. We mentioned that game did not go Uniontown's way as Thomas Jefferson pulled out a 63-56 win over the Red Raiders. Other games around the region last night, it was Bell Vernon 57, Washington 49. Baldwin with a win over Woodland Hills 61-47. Franklin Regional down Penn Trafford 53-47. It was Burgettstown 65, Bentworth 51, and Beaver, who the Red Raiders fell to in the first round of the WPIL playoffs a year ago, they were able to knock off South Park by a score of 75-55. Girls' final scores from yesterday: Bell Vernon 65, Laurel Highlands 37, Uniontown 49, Fraser 15. California over Mapletown 52-41, and Greensburg Salem defeated Connellsville 45-31. Taking a look at our schedule of games coming up this week, we actually have an off night tomorrow. On Thursday, the Laurel Highlands Mustangs back in action. They're hosting the Greensburg Salem Golden Lions. We're on the air with our Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show at 7 o'clock. Opening tip-off set for 7:30. And for you folks on Facebook Live, we'll also have the Uniontown City Council meeting for you at 4 o'clock on Thursday. Friday, Uniontown's back in action, and it'll be their first home game of the year and also their first conference game as they host Yock. Again, a 7 o'clock Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show. 7:30 opening tip-off for Friday night's Uniontown Yacht game. Then coming up on Saturday, Uniontown on the road at Connellsville taking on the Falcons. That'll be a 12 noon tip-off and an 11:30 a.m. Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show. We're probably about 15 minutes away from the varsity game tonight between Uniontown and Albert Gallatin. Again, the JV game ran a little long. Our live video stream brought to you by Marucas Pizza Shop and Fayette County Recorder of Deeds-elect John Marietta. The Red Raiders have taken the court, and Albert Gallatin, they're headed out as well. The Colonials last year lost in the first round of the WPIL playoffs to Gateway by a score of 62-59, and that followed up a 6-15 season for the Colonials. They were in the WPIL playoffs in 2019 and fell against Chartiers Valley. Also lost to Moon in the 2018 playoffs, 59-44. But you talk about the rebuild that Shea Fleener has done here at Albert Gallatin. The program down for quite a number of years. In fact, the Colonials from 2007 to 2017 had only 45 wins during that span of 10 seasons. But here we go. Shea Fleener's had the team in the WPIL playoffs 4 out of 5 years. Well, we found Steve Superick. He'll join me when the Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show continues right after this, getting you ready for Albert Gallatin and Uniontown tonight.
Good times and good food. So at Potter's Bar and Grill on Morgantown Street in Uniontown, family owned and operated. Potter's has been a staple in the Uniontown community since 1950. So get out of the house and make your next night out at Potter's Bar and Grill on Morgantown Street in Uniontown. Call them up at 724-438-9835. That's 724-438-9835. Or visit Potter's on Facebook. We'll see you at Potter's.
This is Dr. Fraser Stokes of SWGI Specialists, extending best wishes to our Fayette County teams. Our providers and staff all live locally and are committed to fulfilling the digestive health needs of our community. We encourage everyone at age 50 to get a screening colonoscopy because preventing cancer is the best way to fight cancer. Call 724-437-7677 or visit us at swgispecialist.com.
Are you looking to list or sell your house? Now is the time to let the professionals at Caldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty help you with all of your real estate needs. Caldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty has 2 convenient locations to better serve you. In Uniontown area, 724-437-7100, or in Connellsville area, 724-628-7200, and speak with one of our real estate professionals. Visit our website, caldwellbanker.com. We have been proudly serving Western Pennsylvania area for over 30 years and look forward to helping you with all of your real estate needs. Broker Paul Borges.
Find more snuggle time this winter and be prepared for the cold with the help of First Federal Savings and Loan of Greene County. With a home improvement loan, a home equity loan, or a home equity line of credit, you can finally upgrade that old furnace, take care of that leaking roof, or replace those outdated floors. Keep the cold out and the warm and cozy in your home this winter. Visit a loan officer today or apply online at firstfederalofgreen.com. First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. NMLS number 458729.
Does your car sound like it's saying, "Trade me in, trade me in," every time you start it up? Well, go to Ford of Uniontown and trade it in. That's right, your Uniontown Ford dealer is ready to assist you with a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV purchase. Ford of Uniontown has all the deals, all the inventory, and they are ready to deal. It has never been a better time to buy a Ford. Service is their top priority. No matter where you purchase your Ford car or truck, Ford of Uniontown will be happy to service it for you. They offer Ford-trained technicians, Ford-certified parts and service, 1-year, 12,000-mile parts warranties, and new state-of-the-art service equipment. Call or stop in today to see the hometown service of Ford of Uniontown, Route 40 West across from Applebee's. So listen to your car the next time you hear it say, "Trade me in, trade me in." Ford of Uniontown, Route 40 at the top of the hill.
Simply Sweet has been your one-stop party planner, specializing in balloon decor, event planning, and rentals. And now, the sweetest little boutique. Simply Sweet Boutique, located at 21 North Beeson Avenue, is filled with party decor, gifts, paper goods, and holiday gifts for your friends. Plus, stocking stuffers that will put a smile on anyone's face. Surprise someone anytime with one balloon or a bunch from their balloon bar. Simply call 724-317-7929 for Simply Sweet Boutique.
For attorney Melinda Della Rose, helping people with compassionate counseling, candid legal advice, strong advocacy, and professional commitment is what she does best. With an office at 99 East Main Street in downtown Uniontown, attorney Della Rose specializes in family law, municipal law, and general civil litigation, as well as personal injury, estate planning, probate, and more. For more information, call attorney Melinda Della Rose at 724-437-3200, 724-437-3200, or online at dellaroselaw.com.
We're back here at Albert Gallatin High School. Brian Morozek along with Steve Subrick. And yes, we found Steve. Getting a lot of guesses out there, Steve, as far as where you were at. A lot of folks said you might be watching the hockey game tonight. You even have Doug Saltzman volunteering to fill in for you, but you're here.
I'm here, yep. Don't get lost out here in Smithfield, I can tell you that.
You actually went to the middle school tonight.
Yeah, for some reason my Waze, I don't know why I needed to even put Waze in there. I've been here 1,000 times, but I wasn't paying attention, and all of a sudden I ended up at the middle school, which was not anywhere close to this place.
That's 2 games in a row. You ended up at the TJ football stadium last night, right?
That's correct.
Yes. So
Having
make
a rough
sure.
Week.
Yes, a rough week for you. Unique angle for you folks watching on Facebook Live tonight. We're kind of in the corner, Steve.
Yeah, in the corner. We're close on this end, but on the other end, it's pretty far away. I got a bar in front of me. I can't see the hoop. I'm going to have to be ducking up and down. But yeah, it's not bad. It's a big crowd here, though. They got a lot of people.
I think one of the reasons we're here in the corner, they're expecting the upper deck area to at least be semi-full. So that's why we're caddy corner up here in the second level here at Albert Gallatin High School. It's certainly a nice gym. Colonials and Red Raiders, Steve, both of these teams looking for their first win of the year. Albert Gallatin kind of played an opposite schedule of Laurel Highlands this past weekend. They lost to Peters Township on Friday, lost to Baldwin on Saturday. A young team I mentioned earlier, A.J. Blyden and Jashir Keene, their top 2 scorers, along with Nate English from a season ago. Blyden and Keene actually playing JUCO basketball together at Pineview Junior College in Mississippi. Blyden has a couple of Division I offers to Alcorn State and Mississippi Valley State. English decided not to play basketball in college, and they're leading scorer from a year ago, Jameer Braxton, at least returning scorer from a year ago, is Jameer Braxton, and he's averaging 11 points a game on this young season.
Yeah, and he's, they're going to rely on him for a lot of their scoring punch, and, we're going to go against the Red Raider team that really should have won that game last night, up there at TJ. They had the, they kept fighting back, finally got a lead late in the third quarter, early fourth, and then all of a sudden everything's, went against them. Every break you could have go against you went against them in that fourth quarter, and they ended up losing the game, but they still played pretty well, I think, against a veteran team up there in TJ.
I mean, it also hurt when Bakari Wallace fouled out of the game, had 13 points, fouled out with about 2:58 left in the fourth quarter, and that allowed TJ to go on a late run and pull away for the win. And Wallace really made a difference when he was not in foul trouble last night and out on the court.
Yeah, I mean, he did pretty good. He's just got to control his emotions. Bronny, he's chirping a little bit at the refs. He's got to be, careful of that. That probably didn't get him any favors in some of those calls at the end of the game. And but he can score, and he did a pretty good job of. He's a slasher, gets the ball to the hoop, and he doesn't shoot a lot from the outside, but he's a driver, gets to the free throw line a lot, and. And speaking of that, the Red Raiders have to do a better job shooting free throws. Neither team shot the ball well last night from the line, but the Red Raiders, you could point to the least free throws as to one of the reasons why they lost last night.
Both the Red Raiders freshmen, for playing in their first varsity game and starting in their first varsity game, really held their own. Calvin Winfrey, 7 points, hit a couple of threes. Notorious Grooms actually was the leading scorer for Uniontown, scoring 14.
Yeah, I thought both of them did very well. Winfrey handles the ball. He's more of a point guard. And, he was, he got a couple of threes off, drove in, made some nice plays. And Grooms was really terrific. He did not look like a freshman out there. He looked pretty comfortable. As the season goes along and he gets even more comfortable, especially after he gets a little bit of confidence, I look for him to do some pretty big things for the Red Raiders.
Now we're almost ready for basketball, but 8 minutes away from the opening tip-off. We're back with the starting lineups right after this when the Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show continues here on WMBS, the Triple Live High School Sports Network, and Facebook Live.
Looking for a dentist? Dr. Michael George and Dr. Ashley Parker of George Dental Associates, a Uniontown staple, has over 40 years' experience treating patients of all ages. Their caring, professional team of dentists and their staff offer a full range of dental services, including restorative, preventative, pediatric, cosmetic, and so much more. Visit GeorgeDentalAssociates.com today. That's GeorgeDentalAssociates.com, and find out how they can enhance your smile through the art of dentistry.
December, that wonderful time of the year, the season for celebrating the holidays and cheering on the Red Raiders basketball team and Coach K. Perkins Painting and Contracting is a proud sponsor of Uniontown High School basketball. Perkins Painting and Contracting, your solution for all of your painting and contracting needs. Call 724-322-1285. Best wishes for a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from Perkins Painting and Contracting.
Let's face it, sometimes local is better. Locally grown, locally sourced, shop local, eat local. But what about local expertise? At Allstate, Russ Plaho is just that, a local. So contact Uniontown Allstate agent Russ Plaho today at 724-439-9700. Russ can help you with the protection that's right for you and the things you love most. Allstate. Are you in good hands?
Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Savings vary. Life insurance offered through Allstate Life Insurance Company and Allstate Assurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois, and American Heritage Life Insurance Company, Jacksonville, Florida.
Magisterial District Judge Daniel Shimshock would like to wish all area listeners a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. 'Tis the season of goodwill and cheer. Magisterial District Judge Daniel Shimshock hopes that you take the time to help those in need over the holidays and cherish the time that you spend with loved ones and those close to you. Happy holidays from Magisterial District Judge Daniel Shimshock.
Going on now at C. Harper Chevy. Our customers can drive away in a new 2022 Chevy Equinox for only $209 a month. Security deposit waived. Stop in for a test drive or visit CHarperChevy.com. Chevrolet, find new roads. Lease it through GMF for well-qualified individuals, 24 months and 10,000 miles per year with $3,000 cash trade equity with GM Lease Loyalty or GM Lease Conquest, plus $500 jam bonus. Security deposit waived. Payment is plus tax, title fees, and first payment. Sale ends January 3rd, 2022. While supplies last. Residency restrictions apply. Call dealer for all other details at 724-929-8000.
UPMC Centers for Rehab Services on Wayland Smith Drive offers cutting-edge physical therapy. Jim Burns and his staff are residents of the community, treating sports injuries, neurological conditions, back pain, sprains and strains, joint replacements, hand injuries, and other conditions. They treat you efficiently and safely by taking all necessary precautions while disinfecting the clinic regularly. All insurance accepted. Experienced therapists. Convenient location and hours. Part of the community. Call the office with a prescription from your doctor or schedule by direct access 724-437-7500.
Come see what everyone's crowing about. It's Rooster's Roost next to the Uniontown Shopping Center on Francis Street in the Old Eddie's Tavern location. Craving pizza, wings, fried chicken, hoagies, or your favorite salad or sides? It's all at Rooster's Roost. Eat in, take out, or have it delivered. Call 724-320-2244 or order online at roostersroost.com. Use the coupon radio and get $3 off your online order. Gift certificates also available. Stop in Rooster's Roost today.
The Catholic War Veterans, Post 1669 in Hopwood, are proud supporters of local high school sports. For more information on the programs that the Catholic War Veterans provide, log on to the Catholic War Veterans website at www.cwv.org. You can also visit the Catholic War Veterans Post 1669 on Facebook or phone 724-437-3088. That's 724-437-3088 for the Catholic War Veterans Post 1669 in Hopwood.
Back here at Albert Gallatin High School, Brian Morozak and Steve Superick. Steve is your starting lineups to be brought to you by Southwestern Gastrointestinal Specialists. Problems of the digestive tract or no picnic, get help today. Call SWGI in Uniontown at 724-437-7677. Here's Steve.
Okay, for the Colonials, starting tonight at guard, 5'10" sophomore, number 0, Blake White. At guard, a 6' senior, number 1, Caleb Matsus Chapman. At guard, a 5'10" sophomore, number 3, McKeel Belt. At forward, a 6'3" senior, number 11, Nick Pegg. And at forward, a 6'2" sophomore, number 34, Jameer Braxton. For the Red Raiders, Christian Perkins starts. He's number 00. At forward, Calvin Wintry. At point guard, number 3. Number 5 is Bakari Wallace. He's a 6' junior. 5'10" freshman, number 10, Notorious Grooms. And at 5'11" junior, number 23, Tanner Uphold.
With the Mustangs being off tonight, Steve, a couple of Laurel Highlands players and coaches here checking out this game tonight, including Rodney Gallagher.
Okay, good. So
place is filling up, though.
Yeah.
Most of the bottom level pretty full. They have a Christmas-themed night for the Albert Gallatin students. A lot of the Uniontown students up here on the end basket off to our right as these two teams finish up warm-ups. Uniontown in their away maroons. White numbers, Albert Gallatin in their home whites with black numbers and a little bit of silver trim. We mentioned Shea Fleener in his 10th year as Albert Gallatin's head coach. Rob Kesmarski in his 20th year as Uniontown's head coach. Steve, and it's amazing. These guys have really had nice long careers in their respective schools, and Shea's done a nice job turning around this Albert Gallatin program. Of course, Uniontown, they've been pretty consistent winners year in and year out, not only over the last 20 years, but really throughout their history.
Yeah, it's hard to believe that, Shea's been there 10 and Coach K's been there 20 years now. That's doesn't seems like just a couple years ago he was a young rookie coach. You know what I mean? He just kind of trying to get his get his wings, and now he's been he's the old crafty veteran now.
And Rob was actually an assistant to Dave Shuck on that last Uniontown team to win a WPIAL championship during the 01-02 season, which was actually my first year doing games. They lost in the state finals to Harrisburg out in Hershey that year as well. The Red Raiders have yet to make a return trip to championship games since that run in 02, even though they've been close and had a semifinal appearance or two over the last 20 years. And Albert Gallatin, again, trying to rebuild a little bit after losing some talented players to graduation a year ago. So the Red Raiders ready. Albert Gallatin's ready. We're going to play some basketball tonight in York Run. And we'll take a quick break here as they're going to have the national anthem, it looks like. We'll hold it here for just a second and confirm that as the players start lining up. And we'll have the anthem. So we'll step aside for a quick timeout. Be back with the opening tip-off. Uniontown and Albert Gallatin from York Run tonight on WMBS, the Trib Live High School Sports Network, and Facebook Live.
Thurby, and Thurby's Riverside Ford is pleased to announce that we have been awarded Ford Motor Company's highest honors, the One Ford Elite Award and the Ford President's Award. One Ford Elite rewards the best of the best and is the #1 dealer in customer satisfaction from all the Ford President's Award recipients. In order to achieve this award, dealers must exceed customer expectations every day and achieve the highest levels of performance. The pursuit of excellence requires passion, tenacity, and hard work in both sales and service in the automotive industry. The Thurby family and our employees have earned the President's Award 18 times and would like to thank our customers for scoring us the highest in the Pittsburgh region for customer satisfaction. Remember, victory is achieved each time a customer translates into a lifelong relationship, and that's a celebration of excellence. Please stop by and visit us at Thurby's Riverside Ford and experience the difference.
Just as your local State Farm agent combines good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates, you can combine your home and auto. And guess what you'll get? That's right, good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates. In fact, State Farm agent Lauren Yeoman is your go-to agent in Uniontown for the service you deserve at the price you want. So try to combine home and auto today. State Farm agent Lauren Yeoman will help you mix and match things perfectly. Call 724-592-6308 for your surprisingly great rates. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
With branches in Markleysburg, Connellsville, Hopwood, Uniontown, and Perryopolis, Somerset Trust Company is truly Fayette County's community bank. We invite you to stop by and experience the Somerset Trust Company difference. Local decision-making, convenient locations, extended hours, award-winning online and mobile banking, and more. Somerset Trust Company, community banking worth talking about. Branches and ATMs throughout Fayette County.
For attorney Melinda Della Rose, helping people with compassionate counseling, candid legal advice, strong advocacy, and professional commitment is what she does best. With an office at 99 East Main Street in downtown Uniontown, attorney Della Rose specializes in family law, municipal law, and general civil litigation, as well as personal injury, estate planning, probate, and more. For more information, call attorney Melinda Della Rose at 724-437-3200, 724-437-3200, or online at DellaRoseLaw.com. Magisterial District Judge Daniel
Brian Marozak and Steve Subrick back here at Albert Gallatin High School, just about set to go. The Albert Gallatin Colonials and the Uniontown Red Raiders. And Steve, the ladies program for Albert Gallatin actually in the news over the last couple of days when Louie Hall actually is the all-time leading scorer at Albert Gallatin. Took to social media. She's actually coaching right now in the Pittsburgh City League, playing Albert Gallatin on Friday, and her jersey number 22, was retired back in 2003, and she was a little upset they gave that jersey number to someone else this year.
Well, I guess if you retire your jersey, they shouldn't give it out to someone else, should they? Yeah.
No, and she said she actually found that out when she was doing a little scouting for their upcoming game this week. So interesting story there. We'll see if we get a resolution. You would think it was probably just a mistake not realizing that jersey number was retired, and hopefully they do the right thing, and whoever was wearing 22, they give them a different jersey number.
Yeah.
We're just about set to go here again. Albert Gallatin and Uniontown. Brian Marozak along with Steve Super. Nick Barczyk back inside our WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital studios. Billy Dice behind the camera on our Facebook Live feed. It's Caleb Chapman to take the opening tip-off against Tanner Uphold. Referees Travis Eisentrout, Cody Thomas, and Nick Lancaster, and we're set to go. And Travis is in the center circle. And he'll put it up in the air. The opening tap one back here on the near side, controlled by Calvin Winfrey for Uniontown. Red Raiders working right to left as we describe it. Touch from Grooms, try to send it down low to Perkins. And right through his hands, out of bounds, and over to Albert Gallatin. Tough early turnover there, Steve.
Yep.
Red Raiders pressing. They did not show that much last night against Albert Gallatin, but putting a little pressure against Thomas Jefferson, but putting a little pressure on Albert Gallatin here, but they do pick up a quick foul.
It's going to go on Winfrey, coming in, reaching in from the backside, trying to get a steal and just hit him on the arm.
Matzes Chapman to trigger it in, left of the basket in the Uniontown zone. Nice little feed in, and Jameer Braxton lays it up and in for the opening 2 points of the game. Braxton, a 6'2 sophomore forward, averages 11 points a game. There's Winfrey on the far side, floating it over to Grooms, and Grooms called for the 10-second call to not bring it across the timeline inside. Couple early turnovers here, Steve, against the Red Raiders.
Yeah, Coach K didn't like that when he thought that was a quick 10 seconds.
Matzes Chapman sends in the backcourt to Blake White. Now back in the hands of Michael Belts, talented sophomore for the Colonials. Belts, far side, back over to Braxton. Braxton far wing it in, sends it off on the near side again to Blake. Was watched there by Grooms, pulls it back to the wing, and Braxton called for the travel. So I've seen a couple of turnovers here, Steve, on each side. An Uphold will bring it across. Again, the ball tipped, deflected in the air, and Braxton able to knock it down for Albert Gallatin. Forward to Matzes. Chapman will turn and shoot with Uphold going down on the play. Shot attempt no good. We play on. Red Raiders an outlet pass coming forward there to Winfrey. Lays it up. Shot attempt there no good. Goes out of bounds off of Albert Gallatin and out. And we'll stay with Uniontown here in the AG zone.
Yeah, both teams a little sloppy early. It's a big crowd here. It's got to get these guys a little bit on edge.
Uphold up top. Uphold sends it out on the far side. Grooms for three, hits it. Notorious Grooms, who was the leading scorer last night with 14 points, connects here from the outside to give Uniontown a 3-2 lead. Coming back underneath Nick Pegg there, and Pegg fouled.
It's going to go on Perkins.
His first, team second. And the Red Raiders have to watch the fouls. Both Perkins and Wallace had foul issues last night. First of two free throws, no good there for Nick Pegg. 6'3" senior forward, injured last year, did not get an opportunity to play his junior year for Shea Fleener's squad. And now Pegg for a second of two free throws. On the way, and this one is good for Nick Pegg. We're tied at 3. 6:36 left here in the opening quarter, and bumped on the far side is Grooms. Foul on the floor call will be the first against the Colonials.
Foul is called number 11, Nick Pegg.
It's on Pegg.
His first, team first.
Officials are quick with the whistles.
Been lobbed in, and Uphold gets fouled. You had both Belt and Pegg there. This foul goes on Belt. His first, team second. And Grooms to send it in again. Over to Uphold, high on the right. Double team comes over. Sends it over to Grooms. Back to Uphold. Uphold far side, trying to come baseline. Threw it off of Matzes Chapman and out. We'll stay with Uniontown in the Albert Gallatin zone. And Uphold will have to work it in from the corner. Now they'll actually let him rotate it up a little bit and allow for a little extra room. Over to Grooms, high on the right. Resets edge of the zone there, Winfrey. Near side, Bakari Wallace. Driving from the wing and in, draws the foul. Shot attempt no good, but Bakari, pair of free throws upcoming. Red Raiders just 6 of 18, Steve, last night from the free throw line. They'll look to improve on those numbers tonight. That's the first on Matzes Chapman, third team foul. First of two free throws here for Bakari Wallace up on the way in good. So a positive start in the free throw direction for the Red Raiders. Bakari 13 last night before fouling out with 2:58 left in regulation. Was 1 of 4 from the free throw line. Last year 18 of 33, 55%. Second of two free throws, no good here for Bakari. Rebound tipped around, but a foul by Christian Perkins, who sends it right back. Coming down the lane, Bakari again draws another foul.
No,
they called the charge there on him, Steve.
Yeah, that was a tough call there. Kind of leaning sideways. And
could have went either way. It's a couple of those bang-bang calls last night in the Uniontown TJ game, and Wallace gets called for the charge. And here on the wing, open look for Braxton. Off the back iron, no good. Rebound deflected around and fouled there by Blake White, who lays it up and in. So White floating it in for Albert Gallatin. Colonials go back on top 5-4 here at the 5:49 mark of the opening quarter. Winfrey back over to Grooms. A high lob. Wallace able to bring it down. Double team comes over, gets out of it over to Winfrey. Spins off a defender over to Grooms. Grooms down the lane, has a seam, takes it and makes it. Notorious Grooms, 5 here in the opening quarter. Red Raiders back up 1 at 6-5. Coming back is Belt. Pull up Jay from 8 near side. No good. Offensive rebound. Nick Pegg missed on the putback. Looking for a third attempt. Ball goes out of bounds. Ruled off of Uniontown and out. And our first substitution of the night is Grayson Jarrett will enter the game for Albert Gallatin. Jarrett replaces Matzes Chapman. And it'll be Jarrett to trigger it in. Up top to White for three, connects. Blake White. 5 opening quarter points for Albert Gallatin. Colonials go back on top 8-6. 5:07 left here in the opening quarter. Grooms back to Winfrey, and now Notorious again. 2 freshmen play catch. Winfrey over to Uphold on the far wing. Back to Winfrey up top. Works off to his left, over to Notorious, who directs a little traffic, and now Calvin again, edge of the zone. Far side Uphold, comes far baseline, met by a couple of defenders, pulls a little fade away and gets it to go. To Tanner Uphold, who had 6 last night, gets his first 2 of the night here. We're tied at 8. 4:36 left here in the opening quarter. Here's White again, looking for the hot hand from the outside. Short there, but right place, right time. Right to Grayson Jarrett, who gets his first 2 off the bench. Colonials back up 2 at 10-8. 4:23 left here in the opening quarter. Miss from Winfrey. Rebound from Braxton. Sends it ahead to White again. Hard pass down low. Brought in there from Pegg. Repositions and gets that 2 to go out in front. First field goal from Pegg. Made a free throw earlier. Has 3. An official's timeout with a player down behind the play. I think that's White, Steve. You see what happened to him?
No, just fell down right in front of Coach Fleener.
So the Colonials make a change. They'll bring in Cameron Pratt, a 5'9 sophomore guard. And averages a point a game here early on in the season. Winfrey back across. Red Raiders now down 4, and a little foul on the floor called here on the Colonials. Not a lot of contact, but called there on Pratt. AG spread around the fouls. 4 so far. 1 on Matsis Chapman, 1 on Pratt, 1 on Belt, 1 on Pegg. Uphold to work it in. Sends it in the backcourt to Winfrey. Winfrey back across on the near side to Grooms. Back over to Winfrey. Far side Uphold launches the 3 off the mark. Near side rebound pulled down by Belt. Gets around Grooms. Back through center. Belt stays with it. Resets top of the key. Some pressure from Uniontown. Over to Pegg. Up top again Braxton. Braxton a little ball fake. And now over to Cameron Pratt. Pratt now resets outside the arc. A little dump down to Pegg. Double team comes over. What do we got? A foul called here on the floor going on Notorious Grooms. His first team 4th, and like Albert Gallatin, the Red Raiders have spread them around. 1 each on Perkins, Winfrey, Wallace, and Grooms. 8 total fouls in the game so far between the 2 teams who played just over 4 minutes. Matsis Chapman back out to Cameron Pratt here on the near wing. Now Matsis Chapman again up top, works left of the lane. Tough shot, put it up, couldn't get it to drop. Perkins the rebound there for Uniontown. Already a couple of boards for Christian Perkins. Sends it over to Winfrey. Winfrey left of the lane in traffic. Shot attempt no good. Rebound tipped around, controlled again by Matsis Chapman for Albert Gallatin. Pushes it up there to Grayson Jarrett. Over to Pegg out in front. Pegg leans and scores for the Colonials. Pegg with 5 opening quarter points, and the Albert Gallatin lead at 6 at 14-8 as we go under 3 minutes left here in the opening quarter. Here's Winfrey coming far baseline in the AG zone. Tried to send it out in front to Perkins. A little juggle and got stripped. Look out here. Cameron Pratt coming back. Pratt on the far wing coming far baseline. Almost lost the handle. Actually got blocked back over to Pegg. Put it back up. Another miss. And Pegg another lob on the put back. Braxton an opportunity. And he'll get the basket in 1. Jameer Braxton. It's AG, Steve, all kinds of opportunities there down on the blocks.
Yeah, they had about 4 offensive rebounds. And that foul, who'd they call that on?
23, Uphold, his first. So all 5 Uniontown starters have committed a foul apiece. Uphold will take a seat. Evan Townsend into the game for the Red Raiders, but Uniontown's been doubled up at 16-8 as Braxton misses the free throw, but the offensive rebound brought down by Pegg. He'll reload on the far side. Out to Matsis Chapman, who just missed on that 3. Rebound was pulled down by Bakari Wallace, and he got fouled.
Yeah, he got bumped by Pegg. That'll be his second.
Foul caller number 11, Nick Pegg.
Now had 10 total fouls called in this game. Pegg, the first player on either side to commit multiple fouls. And Evan Townsend in the game. He's a good spot 3-point shooter. Hit 18 threes a year ago, and that led the Red Raiders in that department. Here's Bakari Wallace called for the travel. So the Red Raiders, Steve, finding themselves in an 8-point hole here in the opening quarter, down 16-8. Both of these teams looking for a little momentum on this young season. Matzis Chapman back across, over on the far side. Ball fake there from Jarrett, now takes it inside. Might have been partially blocked there by Townsend. Deflected into the hands of Grooms, who brings it back across. Grooms, pull up three, hits it. Notorious Grooms. He has, Steve, 8 of the 11 points for the Red Raiders so far tonight, including 2 made threes. Matzis Chapman coming back. Hard pass off on the far block to Caden Donnelly, who just checked in, and the jump ball called. We'll go to the possession arrow. It favors Albert Gallatin. With 1:47 left here in the first, timeout on the court. We'll take one as well. 16-11. Colonials over the Red Raiders. We're back in 60 here on the CR Product Group High School Sports Night.
When your car is damaged, the name to remember is Ted Silva and Son Body and Fender Repair. Currently in their 58th year of providing quality, reliable service to the community, Ted Silva and Son offers complete collision service, minor to major repairs, frame and unibody repair, and glass installation. They will gladly blueprint your vehicle for repair, and they will work with your insurance company. With a paint booth that utilizes the environmentally friendly waterborne paint process, Ted Silva and Son not only cares for our community and our children, they care for our environment. Located on Atlas Road in Hopwood, it is the goal of Ted Silva and Son to alleviate the stress of an accident and assist you in any way possible. Family owned and operated for 58 years. Call 724-437-2351 for Ted Silva and Son Body and Fender Repair LLC. Proud to support local high school.
Albert Gallatin turns it over, Steve, as we come back. Grayson Jarrett off the inbounds pass. Was looking for senior Caden Donnelly. Lost the handle in front of the Red Raiders bench, so Uniontown gets it back down 5 at 16-11. And now Uniontown turns it over. Actually ruled over and back on the feed from Hager. Was trying to send it back off to his right to Notorious Grooms. And a long opening quarter, Steve. 10 total fouls already. We still have 1:40 left here in the first.
Yeah, pretty sloppy.
A lot of turnovers as well. And AG called for another travel. That one going on Grayson Jarrett. Red Raiders actually won the turnover battle last night against Thomas Jefferson. Billy told me it was by over 2-1 margin on the final stats. There's another double team, and Grooms turns it over. Braxton coming back. A little finger roll of the finish from Jameer Braxton. Braxton 6 here in the opening quarter. Colonials back up 7, 18-11. 1:10 left here in the first. Grooms over to Bakari Wallace. Wallace coming far baseline, lobbed it out in front, no one home. And here coming back is Grayson Jarrett, takes it right to the rack and lays it up and in. 4 off the bench for Grayson Jarrett, and Albert Gallatin has a 9-point lead over Uniontown at 20-11. Uniontown looked more sharp last night, I thought, Steve, against Thomas Jefferson. Townsend close to another turnover, able to swing it there. Off to Winfrey, who's called for the charge.
Yeah.
AG will make some late substitutions.
Surprised you don't get a timeout from Coach K, but he's got 43 seconds to the end of the quarter, and he's probably just trying to wait to get to that part.
He always likes to save the timeouts, though, for the second half.
Right.
Unless the Red Raiders get in big-time trouble early on. They're down 9, though, right now. Now Albert Gallatin has the basketball. Mikel Belt pulling it off to Matzis Chapman. And across here on the near side. Back to Belt. Fronted there by Bakari Wallace. And now White a touch up top. Blake White with the basketball. Back over to Matzis Chapman. Matzis Chapman up top, driving the lane. And a travel called there on Matzis Chapman. Red Raiders will have a couple of days off, but they'll open up. Steve, conference play already on Friday night. Hosting Yock. We'll have the game for you here on WMBS. 7:30 tip, 7 o'clock. Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show. Blocking foul called there on the Colonials. AG a 20-11 lead over Uniontown. 17 seconds left here in this opening quarter.
They called that on White. He wasn't even near the play. It was Peg and Pratt. And I don't know how they call that on 0, but
Wallace for 3. Came up a little short. Albert Gallatin another rebound. They need to hurry. Down to 7 seconds left. Pulled up to Belt. Belt near wing it in. Leaning. Shot might have been altered. Wallace finds it. Red Raiders unable to get a shot away as time expires after 1. Albert Gallatin 20. Uniontown 11. We're back with a second quarter in 60 seconds here on the CR Parada Group High School Sports Night.
Bad hair day? Bad day at the office? Bad day behind the wheel? Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your Erie agent in Uniontown and Ross Traver Township is Sproul's Insurance Group, 724-437-9812, or go to SproulsInsurance.com.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
Going on now at C. Harper Chevy. Our customers can drive away in a new 2022 Chevy Equinox for only $209 a month. Security deposit waived. Stop in for a test drive or visit CHarperChevy.com. Chevrolet, find new roads. Lease to GMF for well-qualified individuals, 24 months and $10,000 per year with $3,000 cash rate equity with GM Lease Loyalty or GM Lease Conquest plus $500 GM bonus. Security deposit waived. Payment is plus tax, title fees, and first payment. Sale ends January 3rd, 2022. While supplies last. Residency restrictions apply. Call dealer for all other details at 724-929-8000.
Back here in York Run, Albert Gallatin leading Uniontown 20-11. We played one quarter of play. Albert Gallatin spread around the scoring, being led by Jameer Braxton so far has 6. Notorious Grooms has 8 of the 11 for the Red Raiders. And Uphold sends it into Grooms, launches a quick 3. It's a bit too strong. Perkins offensive rebound, scores on the putback. So 3 rebounds for Perkins already. That's his first 2 points. And Uniontown back to within 7, down 20-13. White back across. Ball fumbled there by Belt. Grooms coming back for the Red Raiders. Leaning, blocking foul called on Albert Gallatin. Shot attempt no good, but 2 free throws upcoming here for the Red Raiders. And Notorious Grooms. They got White for a second, Steve.
Yeah, just trying to lean in, kind of undercut Grooms. That was an easy call for the officials.
Grooms makes the first of 2 free throws. He has 9 already. Red Raiders back to within 6, down 20-14. Second free throw, good again from Notorious. So 10 for Grooms, 10 of the 15 for the Red Raiders. Uniontown back to within 5, down 20-15. Might have been a walk on Belt, not called, but he threw it right to Bakari Wallace. Touched up to Grooms again. He races back for another quick 2. So Notorious Grooms red hot right now with 12. Red Raiders back to within 3, down 20-17. Coming near baseline, White, and he's gone for a travel. So all the momentum right now back in Uniontown's direction. Red Raiders were down 9, now back to within 3 on a 6-0 mini run here in the opening 44 seconds of the second quarter. And we'll have the basketball back as well. Tanner Uphold sends it into Bakari, forward to Grooms. Grooms now, edge of the zone. Works off to his right, back to Bakari, touched over to Perkins, baseline far side, Uphold, bounce pass out in front, and the finish there for Bakari Wallace. His first field goal of the game has 3 points, made a free throw earlier. Uniontown back to within 1, down 20-19, an 8-0 run for the Red Raiders. Far wing, 3, no good there from Albert Gallatin's Daniel Llewellyn. And the Red Raiders another rebound, Grooms for 3 in the lead off the mark. Long rebound, tipped out there by Bakari, keeping it alive on the offensive glass. Up to Uphold, who drains the 3 to put Uniontown in the lead. But what a turnaround, Steve, here in the opening 90 seconds of the second quarter. Timeout, Albert Gallatin. Uniontown on an 11-0 run, now up 22-20. And we're back in 60 here on the CR Parana Group High School Sports Night.
You know the importance of planning for retirement, and you plan to enjoy a long and healthy life after you retire. But it's also important to plan for the possibility of needing care on a long-term basis. As life expectancies grow in the U.S., the potential need for long-term care grows as well. A Northwestern long-term care insurance company policy can help pay for the care you may need.
To learn more, call John R. Ritchie today, 724-550-4414. That's 724-550-4414 for John R. Ritchie.
Looking for a dentist? Dr. Michael George and Dr. Ashley Parker of George Dental Associates, a Uniontown staple, has over 40 years' experience treating patients of all ages. Their caring, professional team of dentists and their staff offer a full range of dental services, including restorative, preventative, pediatric, cosmetic, and so much more. Visit GeorgeDentalAssociates.com today. That's GeorgeDentalAssociates.com and find out how they can enhance your smile through the art of dentistry.
As we come back, a quick bucket there for Grayson Jarrett for Albert Gallatin, snapping the 11-0 run for Uniontown. Red Raiders back on the other side. Little scoop and a score there for Notorious Grooms again, Steve. Grooms 6 here in the second, 14 now for the game. Red Raiders back on top of 24-22. Here's White, thought about the three, comes baseline near side, tried to float it out in front, got deflected back by Matsis Chapman, over to White, reset there from Peg, out to Braxton for three, and the lead back, and Braxton drains the three. So both of these teams did get hot from the field.
Yeah, they're both settling down, scoring a little bit now. Grooms doing a great job for the Red Raiders.
AG up one at 25-24, Grooms for three, that was a long one. Off the mark, out of bounds. Last touch by Albert Gallatin going out. Uniontown keeps possession here in the AG zone. An Uphold will send it in. 5:30 left before halftime. Uphold right to the basket, sends it in the corner, far side. Winfrey back out to Grooms. That's a travel. Call there a Notorious. And Albert Gallatin gets it back, leading by one. Again, the Colonials led 20-19 after 1 quarter of play. Uniontown opened up the second quarter on an 11-0 run. Now AG's White has it and just loses it out of bounds. Good defense there from Christian Perkins.
Dribble it right off of his left shin and knee.
Uphold will send it in here for Uniontown. Over to Grooms and across on the far side, trying to get around Grayson Jarrett. Grooms stays with it. He'll take the three and hit it again. Notorious Grooms red hot right now, Steve. He has 9 here in the second, 17 already for the game. Jarrett coming back off the mark on that three. Red Raiders now on top, 27-25, so we go under 5 minutes left here in the second quarter. Nice save, Braxton. He'll take a three up top and hit it again. So as sloppy as an opening quarter it was, Steve, for both of these teams. It's like these squads can't miss here in the second quarter. AG back up one at 28-27. And Braxton has 12 points. Through traffic, Winfrey got fouled. It's going to go on Peg. That'll be his third. It's a big foul. I think they were trying to get it there on Cameron Pratt. Pratt was trying to claim it. Shea saying the same thing down there, Steve, but it's going to stick here on Pratt, and that's a big foul.
Yeah, once the official makes a call, it's kind of hard for him to go back, isn't it?
Calvin Winfrey misses on the first of 2 free throw attempts, and now Peg will have to take a seat, and Mikel Belt back into the game. We're actually talking to Mikel's dad, Steve, before the game, and he saw our camera here last year and went out and bought the exact same camera, and he's filming the game on the far side for his son.
Huh.
And he missed both free throws. The score remains 28-27. Albert Gallatin, what do we got here, Steve? Foul on Christian Perkins. That'll be bonus time for Albert Gallatin going the other way. A 1-and-1 here for Jameer Braxton. I did not see that foul.
Yeah, he's sitting on the bench, so he must have just came out after the foul.
He did. Braxton front end of the 1-and-1, good. Braxton 13 points. 29-27, Albert Gallatin. Braxton now for a second of 2 on the way in, good again. Jameer Braxton, 8 here in the second, 14 for the game. Colonials up 3. Red Raiders send it down to McLee in a blocking foul. Called there on Albert Gallatin again, going on Cameron Pratt. That'll be his second. So Kadrian McLee just checked in. Instant impact, will head to the free throw line.
Shea Fleener did not like that call. McLee gave a little extra bump there as he was establishing his position down on the block.
McLee, first of 2 free throws, good. Was 1 of 2 from the foul line last night against Thomas Jefferson, scored 3 points.
And that one looked to me like a charge, but the Red Raiders get the benefit of the doubt on that call.
Second of 2 free throws short from McLee. Wallace tried the tip and couldn't find it. Ball loose far side. Uphold able to come out of the pack with it.
Yeah, he tipped the cross-court pass and tipped it to himself.
Oh, spin off there from Grooms playing catch with Winfrey. Notorious gets it back again out to Calvin. Saw Calvin's uncle Vince today. That he watched our broadcast last night after he was at the Uniontown girls game against Fraser, which the Lady Raiders won. And here's his nephew hitting a 3. Calvin Winfrey, first points of the game come from outside the arc, putting Uniontown on top at 31-30. Baseline jumper, Belt off the mark. Long rebound, controlled there by Cameron Pratt, coming back inside to J.J. Jackson. And the freshman gets the basket and 1. A lot of these guys, Steve, being pressed into duty.
Well, that was Jarrett.
No, you're right, it was Jarrett there. I thought it was Jackson 5. You're right, it was Jarrett 15. Nonetheless, counted for Jarrett, and that'll give him 8 tonight. An opportunity to make it 9 here at the free throw line, and that free throw attempt is good for Grayson Jarrett. And Albert Gallatin back in the lead at 33-31 in this back and forth game. I think the way this Uniontown team plays, Steve, we're going to see a lot of close games this year for the Red Raiders. Here's Notorious Grooms high on the right. McLee tried to set the screen. Grooms is going to take another 3, and he hits another one. Rattle that one home. Notorious feeling it out there, Steve. He is 20. We haven't even reached halftime yet. Red Raiders in the lead now, 34-33. Jarrett coming baseline far side. Couldn't get it to drop. Ball tipped around. Grooms thought he was in play. They're going to say he was out. You have a double line over there, which could be a little bit confusing. You have the black for where the Albert Gallatin end line is at, and then the actual black line for the end of the court. Right off the inbounds pass goes to Blake White, who comes free for a quick 2. And AG back in the lead at 35-34. 3:05 left here before halftime. Here's Grooms again high on the right. He has 20 of the 34 for the Red Raiders. Out to Wallace along 2 up top off the mark. That rebound going to Mikkel Belt. Belt off to Grayson Jarrett. Jarrett from the near wing for a 3. An air ball tries to follow it up, going for the save. They ruled it out of bounds. And Uniontown gets it back down 1 at 35-34. Jeremiah Hager now back in for the Red Raiders. He'll replace Calvin Winfrey. I think Winfrey wanted to stay out there. Coach K giving the freshman a little bit of a break. Notorious Grooms, the other freshman starter, staying out there for Uniontown. And Grooms has it here, edge of the zone, being watched by Mikkel Belt. Off on the far side of Bakari Wallace. A little ball fake. Now comes far wing and in. Floats it up short. Braxton going for the rebound. Controls there for Albert Gallatin. Back through center. Floats it forward to White. Lost the handle. Saved there by Jarrett. Back to Belt near baseline. Floats that one up. Another miss. Ball loose underneath. An uphold. Controls there for Uniontown. Red Raiders still down 1 at 35-34. 2:10 left before halftime. They're going to say that ball was tipped, so Grooms back into his own zone to retrieve. Grooms again directing traffic. McLee trying to set up the screen. Goes into the corner to uphold. He'll take the 3. It's too strong. Jarrett another rebound underneath. Looking for the outlet to Belt, who was bumped at midcourt. And a foul called here on Uniontown.
It's going to be on uphold. Interference.
Second personal foul, 9th team foul. Will be a 1-and-1 here for Mikkel Belt. Belt 0 for 2 from the foul line. Belt now taking his time. Free throw on the way and good. First point of the game for the sophomore Belt. 36-34 Albert Gallatin. 1:51 left before halftime. Now Belt for a second of 2. That one short off the front of the rim. Red Raiders the rebound. Townsend sending it ahead over to Hager. Hager left of the lane, some fancy dribbling around. White has a seam, took it inside, couldn't get it to go. McLee the rebound, got found going back up. That might be the 3rd on Cameron Pratt. No, they called it there on Braxton. His first, team 10th. And McLee will get 2 here. He's 1 of 2 from the foul line. First of 2 here, good for Kadrian McLee. Red Raiders back to within 1, down 36-35. Second of 2 from McLee, and this one rattled home for Kadrian. He's 3 of 4 from the free throw line, and we're tied at 36. 1:35 left before halftime. Here's White sending it out to Belt. He got fouled on the 3 by McLee. And Belt will get 3 free throws. Cardinals in there, Steve.
Yeah, McLee coming out to challenge the shot. And
his second personal took out the legs of Mikel Belt. Belt makes the first of 3 free throws here.
Yeah, Belt just felt a little contact and he was sure to go down. Not saying that he was acting, but he definitely didn't wanted to make sure the official saw the foul call.
Second of 3 free throws, good. Couple players thought he was only getting 2.
Yeah.
Natural reaction. 38-36 Albert Gallatin, 1:29 left before halftime. Now Belt is 3rd of 3. Good again, hit them all. 4 points for Belt. AG's lead now at 3 over Uniontown at 39-36. Here's Wallace trying to get between defenders and called for the walk. And AG will get it back. Get more high school hoops on Thursday here on WMBS. Laurel Highlands hosting Greensburg-Salem. 7 o'clock Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show. Opening tip set for 7:30. Our next Uniontown game Friday. Red Raiders open up conference play against Yock. Pretty move there from White. Just scooped it up and in. Blake White with 9. The AG lead at 5 at 41-36. As we go under a minute left here in the second quarter. Here's Grooms over to Hager, far corner in the AG zone. Back to Grooms on the wing, comes inside, floats it up off the back iron, no good. Ball loose underneath and controlled there in traffic by Cameron Pratt. Up the court to Matzes Chapman, and a foul called here on the Red Raiders. So another pair of free throws upcoming here for the Colonials. Matzes Chapman again at the free throw line. That foul went on Evan Townsend, his first. Matzes Chapman took last year off, but back playing varsity basketball, got the start tonight. Gets his first point of the night there with a made free throw. Puts AG back up 6 at 42-36. It's been a roller coaster second quarter. AG started the quarter up 9. Uniontown had a couple of leads. But now AG, after a second made free throw from Matzes Chapman, leads by 7 at 43-36. Grooms out to Hager. Hager coming far baseline. He's called for the walk. Now the momentum certainly in Albert Gallatin's direction, Steve. And Uniontown, couple of mistakes here last few possessions.
Yep, and they just had all the momentum there a few minutes ago.
Here's Braxton. Over to Matzes Chapman. Comes inside and draws another foul. And Caleb Matzes Chapman headed back to the foul line for Albert Gallatin.
That's going to be on McLee again.
His third. And AG getting a little cushion here late in the quarter. 43-36. First of 2 free throws good there for Matzes Chapman.
He's 3 for 3 from the free throw line.
Caden Donnelly now checking in here for Jameer Braxton. Shea has the luxury of making a couple of substitutions at this juncture of the game. Another made free throw for Matzes Chapman. He's 4-4 from the foul line, and the lead back up to 9, and they force another turnover. Here's Belt coming back. Had the shot spin out. Loose out in front. White missed on the putback, and Uniontown out of the pack with it. 10 seconds left in the quarter. Grooms out to Townsend. Spot up 3. Hit it. That's his spot. Evan Townsend connecting from the outside. 45-39. That was a big shot from Uniontown, and that one will be no good at the buzzer from Matzes Chapman, at least getting Uniontown back to within 2 possessions, down 45-39. here at the break. Stay tuned. We'll have our Peachins Pharmacy first half stats in just a moment. Colonials a 6-point lead over the Red Raiders here in the C.R. Pirana Group High School Sports Night.
Did you know that you have a choice for your physical therapy provider? NovaCare Rehabilitation offers same-day appointments, and oftentimes you don't need a prescription from your doctor to see us. We will make sure that you are treated as an individual and will work directly one-on-one with you to help achieve your goals. You have tried the rest. Now try the best. NovaCare, Delaware Avenue in Uniontown. Phone 724-437-0556 to schedule your appointment today.
Dinner's great. It's one of your top 3 favorite meals. You just don't want to have to make it. Well, with Jimmy John's, you don't have to. Whether you live in a sandwich delivery zone or head into the store, you can always get a freaky fresh sandwich. Click to order at jimmyjohns.com.
Freaky fast, freaky good. Order online at jimmyjohns.com or call 724-437-6800 for delivery or curbside pickup. Jimmy John's, next to Walnut Hill. Shop and save.
Lease Plumbing and Excavating, helping area residents with residential and commercial plumbing, gas, electric, and water lines, along with paving, concrete, and excavation site work for over 30 years. Building a new home? Lease does utility installation of water, gas, and sewage lines. Lease does maintenance work on all existing homes, too. Call 724-245-2950. That's 724-245-2950 for your quote. Lee's wishes all the area basketball teams good luck this season from Lee's Plumbing and Excavating.
Going on now at C. Harper Chevy. Our customers can drive away in a new 2022 Chevy Equinox for only $209 a month. Security deposit waived. Stop in for a test drive or visit CHarperChevy.com. Chevrolet, find new roads. Lease it through GMF for well-qualified individuals, 24 months at 10,000 miles per year with $3,000 cash trade equity with GM Lease Loyalty or GM Lease Conquest plus $500 GM bonus. Security deposit waived. Payment is plus tax, title fees, and first payment. Sale ends January 3rd, 2022. While supplies last. Residency restrictions apply. Call dealer for all other details at 724-929-8000.
Bad hair day? Bad day at the office? Bad day behind the wheel? Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your Erie agent in Uniontown and Ross Traver Township is Sprowls Insurance Group, 724-437-9812, or go to sprowlsinsurance.com.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
Good times and good food. It's all at Potter's Bar and Grill on Morgantown Street in Uniontown, family owned and operated. Potter's has been a staple in the Uniontown community since 1950. So get out of the house and make your next night out at Potter's Bar and Grill on Morgantown Street in Uniontown. Call them up at 724-438-9835. That's 724-438-9835. Or visit Potter's on Facebook. We'll see you at Potter's.
When you are looking to make some extra cash for your aluminum cans, visit Cherokee Recycling, where aluminum can is king. Cherokee Recycling is open Monday through Friday, 9 till 5, and Saturdays, 8 till 12 noon, closed Sundays and holidays. Give Marcus or Rags a call today at 724-439-3228 for Cherokee Recycling, where recycling makes the most sense.
I'm attorney Bill Martin, partner at Radcliffe Law. If you're injured in an accident and can't agree with the insurance company on a settlement, you may have to go to trial. You'll need an attorney that's familiar with the process. As an assistant district attorney, I'm comfortable in the courtroom and have experience that not all attorneys do. Call me or Trip Radcliffe today and set up your free consultation for any personal injury case. 724-439-3939. We're easily accessible in Uniontown and provide Saturday appointments. Radcliffe Law, making the law personal.
Brian Morozek and Steve Super back here in York Run at Albert Gallatin High School. 45-39 halftime lead for Albert Gallatin over at Uniontown. Steve, is your halftime stats to being brought to you by Peachins Pharmacy, located inside the downtown Connellsville Peach and Market. Steve?
Okay, thanks for the Red Raiders. Perkins has 2 points. Winfrey with 3. Wallace with 3. Grooms leads the way with 18. McLee with 3. Uphold 5, and Townsend with 3. They scored 11 in the first, 28 in the second, 39 at the half. For the Colonials, Blake White with the 9 points, Chapman with 4, Belt with 4, Pegg with 5, Jarrett with 9, and Braxton leads the way with 14. They scored 20 in the first, 25 in the second for a 45-39 halftime lead.
Steve, a lot of fouls in that first half. What's the foul situation looking like?
Well, you got Perkins with 2 and Winfrey with 2 and McLee with 3, Uphold with 2, so it's not too bad for the Red Raiders. And for the Colonials, everybody has, Blake White's got 2 and Peg has 3. Everybody else just has 1, so not too bad for the Colonials.
See how that shakes out in the second half, and that last 3 certainly big for Uniontown to make it a 6-point game and a back and forth second quarter. You saw Albert Gallatin lead by 9 to start the quarter. Uniontown an 11-0 run to take a lead, and now Albert Gallatin leading by 6 here at halftime.
Yeah, but pretty good game, good back and forth action, and the Red Raiders played well at times, and then they kind of just got kind of lost their edge there, and the Colonials, give them credit. They're shooting the ball well, moving the ball around, and 45 to 39. That's a pretty high scoring first half for high school basketball. So it's a lot of points scored. Both teams are kind of firing on all cylinders.
Second half comes your way next in 3.5 minutes. 45-39. Albert Gallatin over Uniontown here on WMBS, the Triple Live High School Sports Network, and Facebook Live.
And you go these days and have your gas pump for you, oil checks and windshield clean. Joby's Golf, that's where. Joby's Golf is conveniently located at the corner of Fayette and Beeson Boulevard. Joby's Golf is a fast, friendly, full-service gas station serving the Uniontown area in the same location for over 47 years. Joby's Golf offers lockout services, general repairs, tire repair, fenced-in storage lots, state inspection, golf products, and AAA 24-hour car and light truck towing service. Call 724-438-0681.
Chris Parker Jr., is your 20th anniversary celebration continuing?
It's the final month of our 20th anniversary as your Hyundai dealer. And over 60 years in the car business, we want everyone to know that new inventory is scheduled to arrive daily. And all new 2022 Hyundais, excluding Palisades, have available 0% financing for 48 months. If Santa's sleigh breaks down, the roomy all-wheel drive Palisade is perfect to carry gifts. And Hyundai's all-wheel drive Kona, Tucson, and Santa Fe SUVs will get you through snowy winter weather.
Plus, every new Hyundai comes with Hyundai Assurance, America's best warranty with 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain protection and 3-year free maintenance.
In the used car market, check out our certified pre-owned Hyundais with the balance of the 100,000-mile powertrain warranty included. Not in the market to buy a car? Autoland is interested in purchasing your vehicle.
Visit their website, AutolandHyundai.com, or stop into Autoland Hyundai, East Fayette Street, Uniontown.
You always pay less to drive the best at Autoland Hyundai.
Just as your local State Farm agent combines good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates, you can combine your home and auto. And guess what you'll get? That's right, good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates. In fact, State Farm agent Lauren Yeoman is your go-to agent in Uniontown for the service you deserve at the price you want. So try to combine home and auto today. State Farm agent Lauren Yeoman will help you mix and match things perfectly. Call 724-592-6308 for your surprisingly great rates. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you need a vaccine, look to Peachin Pharmacy as a partner in your health. Peachin Pharmacy has all of the COVID-19 vaccines, including boosters, at no cost to you. They also have the shingles and pneumonia vaccine. Schedule online, by phone, or just walk in. When you are ready, get your vaccine at Peachin Pharmacy, located in downtown Connellsville.
Peachin Pharmacy, your local pharmacy.
Marucas Pizza Shop, located at 64 Barton Mill Road in Uniontown, is your prime place to enjoy local high school sports. Marucas is family-owned and operated, where pride of ownership certainly shows. The Sampson family carries on the tradition of homemade pizza, salads, subs, and wings. Marucas is open Monday through Saturday, 4 to 10 for indoor-outdoor dining and takeout. Call 724-438-9066 or visit MamarucaPizza.com for their menu.
Magisterial District Judge Daniel Shimshock would like to wish all area listeners a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. 'Tis the season of goodwill and cheer. Magisterial District Judge Daniel Shimshock hopes that you take the time to help those in need over the holidays and cherish the time that you spend with loved ones and those close to you. Happy holidays from Magisterial District Judge Daniel Shimshock.
Back here in York Run at Albert Gallatin High School, 45-39. The Albert Gallatin Colonials lead the Uniontown Red Raiders. Brian Morozak along with Steve Super. Nice to have you along with us tonight. Billy Dice Behind the camera again with our Facebook Live feed, and Nick Barczyk back inside our WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital studios. I have to thank Nick for doing a great job pulling down a long shift again today. We'll see how this second half shakes out for Uniontown and Albert Gallatin. AG will have the basketball. Get the third quarter underway. Caleb Matzis-Chapman to trigger it in. We'll send it into Michael Belt. There's Belt into the Uniontown zone. Plays catch with Matzis-Chapman. Belt gets it back again. He's looking for Braxton on the far side. Ball tipped out, but off of Uniontown and out. Rolled off of Notorious Grooms. The Colonials keep possession. And Braxton sends it in the backcourt over to Belt and across again to Blake White. Touched again from Belt. Lobs it on the far side. Pass intercepted by Bakari Wallace, but he was out of bounds. As Albert Gallatin again keeps possession. Expect to see any changes, Steve, coming out of the locker room?
No, really. I think, 39 points for the Red Raiders is pretty darn good. They just got to play some better defense.
Matzis-Chapman missed on a high arcing three. Bakari Wallace coming back. Floater off the mark. In traffic, Nick Pegg out there with 3 personal fouls. Picks up the rebound. Up to White. Reset over to Braxton. Dumped it right of the lane to Matzis-Chapman, who got stripped. Red Raiders have a 3-on-2 coming back. Grooms to Uphold. Able to scoop it up and in. Tanner Uphold. Now with 7. Red Raiders back to within 4, down 45-41. 7:05 left here in the third. AG now playing catch outside the arc. White over to Braxton. Far elbow gets it to go. Jameer Braxton with 16 and pacing the way for the Colonials, who now lead it 47-41. 6:46 left here in the third. Grooms across to Winfrey here on the near side. Fights off the double team to his left. Floater in the lane. Good for Calvin Winfrey III. Winfrey with 5. Red Raiders back to within 4, down 47-43. 6:28 left here in the third. Here's Belt again. Playing catch with White. White has it right now, top of the key. Floats it back on the near wing to Belt. Now White again high on the left. Works to his right between the circles. Fronted there by Uphold. Pass back over to Belt. And now White again as those two again work outside the arc. Sent far corner now and trying to tiptoe that far line. Matzis-Chapman rolled out of bounds. Red Raiders get it back, down 4. 6:01 left here in the third. Here's Winfrey out of his own zone, and Pegg able to intercept the pass. Pegg coming back, put up the shot, missed it, got it back on the second chance. Still unable to get it go. Scrum for the loose ball rebound, and Calvin Winfrey found it for a moment for Uniontown, then lost it to White, who sends it down to Belt, and he misses on his drive. A lot of contact, Steve, but no fouls being called right now. Grooms coming back. He'll float it up. A miss off the back iron. Pegg another rebound. Outlet to Braxton. To his left to White. Comes inside and gets fouled by Winfrey. A lot going on there, Steve.
Yeah, it's hard to describe it. It's just end-to-end action. Kind of sloppy, isn't it? Just and you can't believe some of those non-calls you just saw there from both directions.
Here's White's first of 2 free throw attempts on the way and good, getting a friendly bounce off the back iron and in, and that puts White in double figures with 10.
That should be the third foul on Winfrey, though. That's a problem.
It is. Handles a lot of the ball out there for the Red Raiders. Second of 2 free throws now for White. More of a line drive that time and got it to go. So White in double figures with 11. 49-43, 6-point lead for Albert Gallatin with 5:21 left here in the third. Grooms in the corner over to Hager. Back to Grooms, was fronted there by White. Now Hager again. Braxton and White both come over, try to send it back in Grooms' direction. Pegg deflected it out of bounds. Red Raiders keep possession here in the Albert Gallatin zone. Uphold sends in the backcourt this time. Over to Grooms, off to Bakari Wallace. Wallace coming far baseline, trying to pivot it back to Grooms, and Pegg with the intercept. They tried an outlet pass forward to White, too far out of bounds. Going back the other way over to Uniontown. And Bakari's been very quiet tonight for Uniontown, Steve. Only 3 points. Just 1 foul. Made a free throw in the opening quarter, field goal in the second quarter. That's been it. He had 13 last night against Thomas Jefferson. Colonials force a steal here. Peg over to Matzis Chapman in traffic. Put up a shot. It's no good. And Christian Perkins with his 4th rebound of the game. Back down to Bakari Wallace. And a push called here on the floor against the Colonials.
It's on Chapman.
Lucky it's on Matzis Chapman, only his second and not 11. Peg would have been Peg's 4th. Now they'll sub out Matzis Chapman, and Cameron Pratt will check back into the game. Uphold to trigger it in here for Uniontown. Uphold on the lob on the far wing over to Bakari Wallace. Wallace resets edge of the zone between defenders, floats one up, off the glass, no good. Peg another rebound for Albert Gallatin. Another 3-on-2 off to White. White tried a little scoop shot, no good. Peg was tripped up. Ball just rolled out of bounds, and it'll go back over to Uniontown. Red Raiders trail by 6 at 49-43. 4:23 left here in the third. Here's Grooms in the backcourt. Over to Jeremiah Hager. And now Uphold. Pulls it out in front. Christian Perkins couldn't get it to go. Ball still loose and tracked down on the far side by Albert Gallatin's Grayson Jarrett. Quickly up the floor to Cameron Pratt. Whistle and another foul, this time going on the Red Raiders.
That one's on Hager.
His first. It's the second team foul of the second half on Uniontown. Grayson Jarrett will trigger it in left of the basket in the Red Raiders zone.
Nick Peg getting a breather. He's been flopping and flying around out there. Coach Shea showing him some appreciation there, giving him a nice little pat on the back as he came off.
Peg also has to watch the fouls. That was out there with 3. Come up short on a jumper there. Blake White for Albert Gallatin. Uphold the rebound. Nice bounce pass forward. Bakari got a little too deep. Resets out to Grooms, who launches the 3 near corner. No good. Christian Perkins, another rebound for the Red Raiders. Over to Uphold, pulling it back to Bakari. And Bakari, a little runner, got fouled underneath, likely going on Caden Donnelly.
Yeah, it could be on Braxton as well.
Called it on Donnelly, his first. And Perkins has been pretty good on the glass tonight, Steve. 6 rebounds already for Christian Perkins. And Bakari Wallace at the free throw line. First free throw up on the way in, good for Bakari. He's now 2 of 3 from the foul line. Has 4 points. Red Raiders back to within 5, down 49-44. Now Bakari is second of 2. Up on the way, this one no good. Rebound went to Caden Donnelly. Now Braxton with it, was poked there by Bakari, but Braxton able to keep it alive. Far side Grayson Jarrett, and a charge call there on the drive-in from Albert Gallatin's Grayson Jarrett.
Yeah, put his forearm out there. Might have got the charge call if he didn't put his forearm out, but he put his forearm out and just kind of shoved Bakari to the ground.
Lead still at 5 for the Colonials, and Hager turns it over there for Uniontown, but Uphold comes back and takes possession of the basketball back for the Red Raiders. He'll float one off the rim, no good. Scrum for the loose ball rebound, and I think Bakari's down in some pain. We'll have an injury timeout brought to you by UPMC Centers for Rehab Services, the leaders in physical therapy. Visit physical therapist Jim Burns at 160 Wayland Smith Drive. Phone 724-437-7500. The Centers for Rehab Services relief is closer than you think, and Bakari in some pain down there, Steve.
Yeah, he's getting up.
Hit the deck hard, is moving that right elbow, so that's a good sign. We'll resume play with the Red Raiders down 5 at 49-44, 3:11 left here in the third. And Evan Townsend will send it into the backcourt. Over to Grooms, back on the wing to Hager, who missed there on a 3. And underneath, Jarrett, another rebound for Albert Gallatin. Up the floor to Braxton, and a good steal there from Uphold. Tanner Uphold having a nice game as well for Uniontown. He'll send it off to Townsend for 3. Off the mark there in traffic. Rebound pulled down by Caden Donnelly. He was fouled by Christian Perkins. That's 3 on Perk.
I don't know what Perkins can do there. He had his arm out. And the out, was it 15 there? Jarrett had got the rebound and just put his arm over top of Perkins' arm, kind of interlocked it, and he kind of dragged him. And Perkins really, Christian really wasn't doing anything other than having his arms out.
Now Perk checks out for now. Pratt brings it back across. Over to Matzes, Chapman, now Pratt again. Those two outside the arc. Bounced in over to Braxton on the elbow. Back in the corner. 3 on the way at the front of the rim. No good. Jarrett, offensive rebound. Was brought down there in traffic from Caden Donnelly.
Good block by McLean.
Yes, McLean with the block. Ball rolled out of bounds off of Uniontown and out. So AG keeps possession. Jarrett will trigger it back in. 2:32 left here in the third. Lead still at 5 for Albert Gallatin. Into Braxton. He's double teamed. Resets back outside Jarrett, whose shot might have been blocked again there, at least altered by McLean, who's able to deflect it forward over to Grooms. Grooms had 20 at halftime, yet to score in the third quarter until now when he hits a 3. 23 for Notorious. And the Red Raiders back to within 2, down 49-47. Braxton trying to answer back with a 3 of his own and hits it on the near wing. 19 for Jameer Braxton. He's hit 3 threes tonight. The AG lead back up to 5 at 52-47 and a steal. Intercepting the errant pass, Matzes. Chapman comes back and lays it up and in.
Need a timeout.
5 quick points for the Colonials. They lead by 7 now at 54-47. Uniontown still has their full complement of 5 timeouts remaining. Underneath, McLean gets fouled. He'll have 2 free throws. Here for Uniontown with 1:36 left here in the third. And they're going to have Calvin Winfrey checking back in for Uniontown with 3 personals. Bakari still on the Uniontown bench after getting dinged up. McLean, first of 2 free throws, no good.
Third foul on Cameron Pratt. Red Raiders got to make their free throws. You're going to get down. And they got it within 2.
That's going to be so big this year, Steve. I anticipate a lot of close games for Uniontown, and McLean coming through, hitting the second one after missing the first. He's now 4 of 6 at the free throw line. AG back on the other side, up top, Belt. Thought about the 3, tried to send it off to his left. Pass got knocked down, intercepted by Uphold, and just flung it over Grooms on the break back for the Red Raiders. Out of bounds, back over to AG. Colonials lead by 6 at 54-48. 1:20 left here in the third.
Yeah, he knew it right away. Uphold knew it right away. He just threw it a little too high.
Here's White, some pressure in the backcourt. Winfrey and Grooms, both freshmen there, force the steal. Winfrey now on the wing for 3. Off the mark, a bit too strong. Braxton had the rebound. McLean took it away. 1 attempt, no good, but the second attempt is good for Kadrian McLean. 6 for McLean. Red Raiders back to within 4. They force another turnover. Grooms some pressure on the ball. And now Albert Gallatin wanting a timeout, and they're going to take one here. Braxton signaled for it. 58.7 left here in the third. Colonials 54, Red Raiders 50. We're back in 60 seconds here on the CR Parada Group High School Sports Night.
Going on now at CR for Chevy. Our customers can drive away in a new 2022 Chevy Equinox for only $209 a month. Security deposit waived. Stop in for a test drive or visit CRForChevy.com. Chevrolet, find new roads. Lease it through GMF for well-qualified individuals, 24 months at $10,000 per year with $3,000 cash rate equity with GM Lease Loyalty or GM Lease Conquest plus $500 GM bonus. Security deposit waived. Payment is plus tax, title fees, and first payment. Sale ends January 3rd, 2022. While supplies last. Residency restrictions apply. Call dealer for all of the details at 724-929-8000.
When it's time to service your vehicle, don't procrastinate. Call Rose Motors at 724-583-1944. Rose Motors, specializing in computer diagnostics, engine and electrical problems, brake service, electronic tune-ups, air conditioning repair, exhaust work, state inspection, and more. Looking for a quality pre-owned vehicle? See Rose Motors, where financing is also available. Rose Motors, 42 River Avenue in Masontown. Serving the area for 3 generations. Open Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5, Saturday by appointment.
Oh, helter-skelter, Steve, as we come back. Now Uniontown's going to take a timeout as they were trapped. So 50 seconds left here in the third. 54-50, Albert Gallatin leads it. We'll step aside for a quick 30-second timeout here on the CR Barada Group High School Sports Night.
Looking for the highest quality products at the lowest prices? Shop and save on Walnut Hill in Uniontown has the widest selection of brands and the freshest offerings around. They specialize in your family's grocery needs. Save big and sign up for the Shop and Save Perks card to get money-saving benefits and discounts on gas. Shop and save. Walnut Hill Road, Uniontown, open 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day. Working hard to offer you the best at Shop and Save because it's the just right thing to do.
So we're back here in York Run. Uniontown, the basketball, down 4 at 54-50. Uphold was pressured. Winfrey, no, check that. Yes, Calvin Winfrey going for the save, able to keep it alive over to Townsend. Now Uphold, edge of the zone. He's double-teamed, and White with the steal, and they're going to get Uphold for the foul here, Steve.
Well, Uphold saved the layup there with that foul, but that ball looks like they're playing hot potato with it, doesn't it? It's just like nobody can seem to grab it. Both teams just kind of stabbing at it with a fork, and nobody can get their hands on it and control it.
As a third foul on Uphold, fourth team foul on the Red Raiders here in the second half. So under 30 seconds left here in the third. Albert Gallatin with the basketball. Here's Braxton trying to send it off to his right off of a deflection. Pegg got it back, put it high off the glass. Shot wouldn't drop. Pegg got his own rebound back and called for the travel underneath. So 14.9 now left here in the quarter. Uniontown the basketball back down 4. Here's Winfrey, bounce forward to Uphold, across to Grooms. Grooms on the far side. Grooms coming far baseline. Tough shot, got too deep. It's an air ball. Goes right to Belt, 3 seconds left. Belt back into the Uniontown zone, needs to shoot, wasn't watching the clock. So time expires after 3. It's Albert Gallatin 54, Uniontown 50. We're back with a 4th and 60 seconds here on the CR Barada Group High School Sports Night.
Orthopedic and Spine Institute is open, and their experienced providers are ready to care for you. Orthopedic and spine care spans a wide range of problems, from arthritis to joint trauma caused by injury or overuse. Hips, shoulders, knees, and backs are the most common areas where patients experience pain or impaired function. At WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital, they can treat orthopedic and spine problems with state-of-the-art care. Their board-certified orthopedic surgeons and specialists are well experienced in the latest treatments for damaged and diseased joints. They offer everything from physical therapies to joint repairs and joint replacements. Whenever possible, the newest minimally invasive techniques are used to ensure quicker recovery, less pain, and less damage to surrounding tissues. To learn more about the newly opened Orthopedic and Spine Institute at WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital, or to schedule an appointment, call 724-912-7533 or visit wvumedicine.org/Uniontown. WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital. The new us, here for you.
Brian Morozek and Steve Subrick back here at Albert Gallatin High School. And Steve, in that third quarter, Uniontown outscored Albert Gallatin 11-9 after we saw the Red Raiders outscore the Colonials 28-25 in the second quarter. More of a defensive and I'd say a little more of a sloppy quarter that third versus the second. And Wallace has it right now. Over to Uphold on the far wing. Trying to send it off there to Grooms. Got deflected down, and AG's Blake White out of the pack with it.
It's almost like the ball's not bouncing the way they expect it to, and then when they do get their hands on it, they kind of fumble it, both teams.
White pulling it off there to Jarrett. Touch from Pegg. Back out to Braxton. Comes far baseline. Put it off the glass and in. Jameer Braxton, 21 for Albert Gallatin. Colonials lead back up to 6 at 56-50. Here's Winfrey back on the near side. Blocking foul likely going there on Braxton. Made the 5th team foul and the second personal on Jameer Braxton. Non-shooting. So Calvin Winfrey will trigger it in. Winfrey in the corner to Grooms. Quick 3 on the way at the back iron. No good. Battle for the rebound. Won there by Nick Pegg. Pegg tried to send it off there to Belt. Got deflected down. Stolen by Winfrey, who gets pushed by Braxton. And that's 2 quick fouls on Braxton. He now has 3 personals for the game, and that's team foul number 6.
Shea's going to have to take him out for a minute just to save him for stretch run.
Matsis Chapman back in on the Albert Gallatin side. 7:12 left in regulation. Here's Winfrey. Fouled on a 3. And Calvin Winfrey will get 3 free throws here for Uniontown.
Should be the 4th on Matsis Chapman.
May have him for 3 on the board.
3, yep.
I had him for 3 now as well. Second time we've seen a player fouled while shooting a 3 in this game. Winfrey, first of 3 free throws here, and the freshman comes through, making the first. Winfrey 1 of 2 from the free throw line yesterday against Thomas Jefferson. Now 1 of 2 after that make so far tonight. Second of 3 here on the way, and no good. That one hit every part of the rim before falling out for Calvin Winfrey. Now Winfrey for his third of 3. On the way, and no good again. Scrum for the rebound. Perkins won it there for Uniontown. Back over to Bakari Wallace. Jumper right of the lane, no good. Ball still loose, and a great throw off there as Grayson Jarrett threw it off a Red Raider and outs. So AG will have the basketball up 5 at 56-51 with 6:56 left here in the fourth. And Jarrett again up to Pegg. Pegg on the far wing in the Uniontown zone. Pulling it back over to Blake White. Tough shot, baseline far side, no good. Offensive rebound, Belt put it back up, another miss, and Pegg on the follow, getting the basket and 1. Nick Pegg, his first point since the opening quarter, now has 7.
Perkins.
That's 4 on Perkins. And puts Albert Gallatin up 7 with 6:39 left in regulation. Big juncture of this game. Now Pegg 1 of 2 from the foul line, make it 1 of 3. Missed there, but they got an offensive rebound. Was brought down by Matsis Chapman. Matsis Chapman, long 2, far corner, no good. Offensive rebound again down low, working the blocks. Pegg missed the shot attempt. He'll get called for over the back of Perkins. That'll be 4 on Pegg.
Pegg is all over the place. You got to love the hustle, but he just couldn't control himself there. Missed a layup, and then ball bounces around. They get it back, and then he gets it over a back call, sends Perkins to the line.
1 and 1. That was the 8th team foul. Perkins 0 of 2 from the foul line last night, which was 1 of 4 last season. Front end here on the way, and no good. Belt had the rebound there for Albert Gallatin. Off to Matsis Chapman. Did a nice job to get around Uphold, who was going for the steal. Forward to Jarrett. He's going to lose the handle. Ball loose on the court, and Grooms finds the loose ball there for Uniontown. Did he get a timeout called?
Foul.
And a foul called there. It's going to go on Jarrett.
Yeah.
Wow.
Luckily for AG, it wasn't on Braxton.
Another 1 and 1, 9th team foul. This time will be Grooms shooting them for Uniontown. Notorious 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Was 1 of 4 though last night. Misses the front end of a 1 and 1 here. Braxton the save for Albert Gallatin. Off to Matsis Chapman. Grooms went for the steal. Matsis Chapman staying with it. Over to Belt on the near wing. Floats it out in front. Braxton had it poked away. Into the hands of Uphold. Red Raiders coming back. Uphold called for the charge. That's 4 on Tanner Uphold.
Yeah, he's got to get himself under control. I mean,
you'll hear it now from the Albert Gallatin fans.
Defender was sitting there waiting for him. Red Raiders, I believe, are 8 out of 19 now from the free throw line.
And after going 6 of 18 last night, Braxton bumped there by Uphold, and he's gone. That's it. That's not a foul you want to commit, Steve, at midcourt with 5:59 left in the fourth quarter when you're sitting on 4. So Uphold, he's gone for the rest of the night. Might see a lot of these here, Steve, with the number of fouls we've seen called in this game as we get deeper into this fourth quarter. Now Hager will check into the game, replacing Tanner Uphold. I wonder if he wasn't realizing the situation there, Steve, that he had 4 personals.
No, I don't know. Well, the charge on the play before that, he needed to avoid that contact if he could have, and he just couldn't do it.
Braxton missed the front end of a 1 and 1. Scrum for the rebound. Red Raiders find it. Grooms back across. Takes a quick 3 out the back iron again. No good. Deflected out of bounds off of AG and out. Uniontown keeps possession. Red Raiders down 7. 5:41 to play. 58-51 Albert Gallatin. Uniontown had won 4 straight in the series until last year when AG had a big win. Colonials trying to make it 2 straight. Bakari Wallace tripped up. A lot of sore bodies tomorrow, Steve. Been a physical game. Kadrian McAlee getting set to check back in on the Uniontown side.
4th foul on Pratt.
And this will be 2 now for Wallace. 10 team fouls here in the second half against Albert Gallatin. Bakari 2 of 4 from the free throw line tonight. Was 1 of 4 last night, 18 of 33 last season. Makes the first of 2 here. 5 points for Bakari Wallace. 58-52 Albert Gallatin. Wallace now is 2nd of 2. No good out the front of the rim. Jarrett, the rebound there for Albert Gallatin. Will try to settle things down now. Leading by 6. White and Braxton play catch. White has it back. Nice move around Grooms. Back to Braxton. Try to bounce it down underneath to Jarrett, who lost the handle. And Calvin Winfrey out of the pack with it there for Uniontown. Across to Grooms. Nice little spin forward. Baseline far side. Wallace drives and scores. Bakari Wallace with 7. Red Raiders back to within 4 as we approach the 5-minute mark of the 4th quarter. 58-54 Albert Gallatin. Braxton floats it over to White. White floater in the lane, no good. Rebound tipped around and controlled there by Kadrian McAlee. So Uniontown, Steve, showing a lot of hustle here late, trying to get back into this one. Good ball movement down low. McAlee banking it in. Kadrian McAlee with 8. Red Raiders back to within 2, down 58-56. 4:35 to play. Here's Braxton off to his right to White again. Blake White. And a foul called here on Uniontown. Wow.
Yep, Grooms. All the contact, they're letting go, and then they call something like that.
I was shocked to see that called. Only the 2nd, I believe, on Notorious, yes. And now Nick Pegg back on the floor with 4 personals, replacing Cameron Pratt. This will be a 1-and-1 for Blake White. He's 2 of 2 from the free throw line. White, the front end, good. 12 points for Blake White. Albert Gallatin's lead back up to 3 at 59-56. White now for a 2nd of 2. Up on the way and good again. So White hitting some big free throws in the second half. 4 of 4 from the free throw line. 60-56, 4-point lead for the Colonials. Here's Winfrey right down the lane at a seam and took it and scooped it up and in. Calvin Winfrey with 8. 60-58. The Albert Gallatin lead down to 2. Braxton coming hard inside, and a foul called here on Wallace. He didn't like the call. It's his 2nd. Jameer Braxton back to the line. He's had a nice game. He scored 21. Makes the first of 2 free throws here. Jameer Braxton. Lead back up to 3 at 61-58. Braxton now a 2nd of 2 on the way and no good off the back iron. Battle for the rebound. McAlee finds it. Floats it off to Grooms. Back across looking for Wallace. Might have been deflected. Bakari though pulls it in. Has Braxton in his face. But a nice feed on the baseline. Down to Winfrey, who comes free on the far block and lays it up and in. 5 here in the 4th. 10 for the game for Calvin Winfrey. Red Raiders back to within 1, down 61-60. Here's Matsis Chapman. Almost stripped, got it back. What are they going to call? It's a travel. And Uniontown has the basketball back down 1. Big swing here, Steve, in this 4th quarter.
Yeah, big. Both teams now finally starting to find some rhythm in this second half.
Winfrey might have went between the entire Albert Gallatin team. Pulls it back to Hager. Takes a baseline far side for the make. His first 2 of the game puts Uniontown in the lead at 62-61. 3:23 to play.
I think Hager was expecting to get challenged a little more than that. He just kept dribbling and got right to the basket. Nobody in front of him.
It's almost a carry on Whites and it off to Matzis. Chapman to drain the shot to give AG the lead back at 63-62. Timeout on the court. We'll take one as well. 3:11 left in regulation. We're back at 60 here on the CR Piranha Group High School Sports Night.
Going on now at C. Harper Chevy. Our customers can drive away in a new 2022 Chevy Equinox for only $209 a month. Security deposit waived. Stop in for a test drive or visit CHarperChevy.com. Chevrolet, find new roads. Lease to GMF for well-qualified individuals, 24 months at $10,000 per year with $3,000 cash rate equity with GM Lease Loyalty or GM Lease Conquest plus $500 GM bonus. Security deposit waived. Payment is plus tax, title fees, and first payment. Sale ends January 3rd, 2022. While supplies last. Residency restrictions apply. Call dealer for all other details at 724-929-8000.
Hello, everyone. This is John Marietta. With God, all things are possible. Who would have ever thought we would have come this far? I want to thank each and every one who has helped me get this far. We couldn't have done this without you all. Change is what you ask for, and that's what you're going to get. This was about you, not me. I'm just a regular guy trying to do the right thing. I am John Marietta. I am the hillbilly. With your help, you have made me the next recorder of deeds for the people of Fayette County. God bless each and every one of you, and God bless America.
Back here in York Run, 63-62. Albert Gallatin leads by one as they clean up a little moisture off the court. It'll be Uniontown's basketball. The Red Raiders look for the lead again. Fed into Calvin Winfrey. Winfrey across on the far side, playing catch with his fellow freshman Grooms. Now off to Hager. Does he have the hot hand right now? Not this time. This is there on a three. Peg the rebound in traffic for Albert Gallatin. Off to Braxton and across. Jameer Braxton, nice feed down low, went off to Jarrett to his right to Peg. Might have been blocked going up. Ball goes out of bounds over to Uniontown. Big series there for Uniontown defensively, Steve.
Yeah, Coach Fleener wanted a foul, but I probably should have got a travel call. They didn't call either one, and the ball goes off of Peg. And the Red Raiders get a chance to take the lead again.
Down one. Hager, far side, Winfrey. Now Hager again, a little juggle, regains top of the key. Off to his right again to Grooms. Grooms watched there by Jarrett. Feeds it off to Winfrey. Winfrey, long three, off the mark. Rebound pulled down by Matzis Chapman. That was a tough shot for the freshman. 2:20 to play. AG the basketball up one at 63-62. White free off a screen. Tried a little dump back over to Peg. Got deflected down. Winfrey on it. Pull up Jay from the foul line for the lead. Back spun out. Underneath Wallace going for the rebound. Jump ball called. We go to the arrow. It's going to be Albert Gallatin's basketball off the possession arrow, and we have a Red Raider injured. Red Raider down. It's Bakari Wallace again. They'll just be cramping up down there, Steve. Another UPMC Centers for Rehab Services injury timeout. Brought to you by the Centers for Rehab Services, the leaders in physical therapy. Visit physical therapist Jim Burns at 160 Wayland Smith Drive or call 724-437-7500. The Centers for Rehab Services relief is closer than you think. We're back in 30 seconds here on WMBS.
Are you looking for a rewarding career? M&R Transit is now hiring van drivers. Van drivers must be 26 years of age, have a valid driver license, and a clean driving record. Van drivers must be able to obtain all clearances. For more information, call 724-439-3164. That's 724-439-3164 or apply in person at M&R Transit, 253 South Mount Vernon Avenue. M&R Transit wishes the Laurel Highlands Mustangs good luck.
Back here in York Run, they're still working on Bakari Wallace. Again, just appears to be a cramping situation. It's been a physical game, Steve.
Yeah. He's limping pretty bad. It's, if you ever had a cramp in your leg, that's not a good feeling, and it's like nothing you can do about it. Just kind of wait it out. He gets the water, rub a little bit, but there's really, once they come, they're kind of hard to go away for a while.
That's as Chapman sent it in. Here's Peg on the far side, and another foul called here on the Red Raiders. To be two at the foul line, both teams in the double bonus the rest of the way. And it went on Winfrey. That's his fourth.
Well, if you're going to foul anybody with the Red Raiders, that was a good foul by Winfrey. I think, they're not shooting too well from anybody for either team, but I think they're taking chances with this one. And
Peg banked the first one in. Now 2 of 4 from the foul line is Nick Peg. White's 4 of 4, though, in the second half from the foul line, but other than the free throws White's been making, been a little spotty. Second free throw, no good that time from Pegg. So the lead back to 2 at 64-62. Winfrey over to Grooms. Grooms near wing and in. He got fouled going up. He had both Belt and Braxton there. And they called it on Belt just a second. And Grooms will have 2 free throws here for Uniontown. Notorious 2 of 3 from the free throw line. He scored 23 points, 20 of the 23 in the first half, and misses on the first of 2 here.
Yeah,
has missed both of his free throw attempts here in the fourth quarter.
Got to make those free throws, guys. Just, you're going to be, like you said earlier, there are going to be a lot of close games, and you just can't afford to put yourself behind the 8 ball, if you will, with missing free throws.
Uniontown 2 of 8 here in the fourth quarter from the foul line. They get 3 of 9 as Notorious comes through there for his 24th point of the game. Pull Uniontown back to within 1, down 64-63 with 1:50 left here in the fourth quarter. Here's White again on the near wing. Switches up top here with Braxton. And now White again. White now backing off a little bit, was fronted there by Evan Townsend.
That's fouling.
1:33 to play. AG with a 1-point lead. They don't mind taking a little time off the clock. Braxton holds here on the near side.
Uniontown, as soon as they get the ball in Pegg's hands again, I'm either trying to rip it away from him with the steal or just take your chances with the free throws.
Kind of like the old days of Hack-a-Shack. Here's White. High on the right. We're down to 1:10 to play. Again, AG the basketball leading by 1 over to Braxton. They're not giving it to Pegg right now, though. Braxton holding outside the arc, down to 1:02 to play. They're going to bring a double team over and commit a foul.
Yeah, see, they're about 40 seconds earlier. They had the ball in Pegg's hands for 5 or 6 seconds. They could have fouled him then.
Just the second on Townsend. And both teams shooting 2 the rest of the way. Braxton first of 2 here, good. He scored 23 points in this game. Have him here, Steve, 4 of 7 from the free throw line. Misses here, so make it 4 of 8, and a lead at 2 for Albert Gallatin at 65-63. Grooms across, off to his right to Townsend, long 3 for the lead, off the mark. Braxton the rebound in traffic, and he's fouled underneath. That might be it. No, actually, that'd be 4 on McAlee if it goes on Cadrian. And it does. Braxton shooting 2 back on the other side with 49.4 left here in the fourth. 65-63, Albert Gallatin in the lead. Again, Braxton 4 of 8 tonight at the foul line. Has scored 23 points and makes the first of 2 here. The next one even bigger, Steve, would make it a 2-possession game. Here we go, Braxton's second free throw on the way and good again. So Braxton coming through here for Albert Gallatin, lead up to 4. Red Raiders go quickly down the floor to Winfrey. Floater good, Calvin Winfrey, timeout. Winfrey with 12, 67-65 Colonials. We're back in 60 here on the CR Parada Group High School Sports Night.
Bad hair day, bad day at the office, bad day behind the wheel. Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your Erie agent in Uniontown and Ross Traver Township is Sprowls Insurance Group, 724-437-9812, or go to sprowlsinsurance.com.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
Simply Sweet has been your one-stop party planner, specializing in balloon decor, event planning, and rentals. And now, the sweetest little boutique. Simply Sweet Boutique, located at 21 North Beeson Avenue, is filled with party decor, gifts, paper goods, and holiday gifts for your friends. Plus, stocking stuffers that will put a smile on anyone's face. Surprise someone anytime with one balloon or a bunch from their balloon bar. Simply call 724-317-7929 for Simply Sweet Boutique.
Back here in York Run, 42.7 left here in the fourth. 67-65, Albert Gallatin. Waiting for the Colonials to come out of the timeout. AG will have the basketball. Jameer Braxton to send it in. Braxton 25 points tonight for Albert Gallatin. Leads all scores. Braxton off to his left there to Michael Belt. Belt double teamed. And a travel call there on Belt. So the Red Raiders will get the basketball back down 2 with 35.3 left on the clock here in the fourth quarter. Big defensive pressure there, Steve, from Uniontown.
Yeah, good trap there. Forced a turnover. And last time down, Grooms had an open look at a three. He didn't take it. I think I'd let him shoot whenever he wants.
He had Wallace back out there, almost turned it over, was deflected off of White. Now Wallace goes down. Again, he's been cramping a lot in this game. Also had an elbow injury, but Winfrey found the loose ball, takes it right down the lane and puts it up and in to tie it at 67. 14 seconds left. AG's going to stay with it. White a little bit out of control. Over to Belt, far side. Bounce pass out in front. Braxton, a little juggle. 6 seconds left. Timeout, Shea Fleener. Timeout, Shea Fleener to settle the troops. 5 seconds left. Game tied at 67. We'll take a quick 30-second timeout here on the CR Brada Group High School Sports Night.
Dinner's great. It's one of your top 3 favorite meals. You just don't want to have to make it. Well, with Jimmy John's, you don't have to. Whether you live in a sandwich delivery zone or head into the store, you can always get a freaky fresh sandwich. Click to order at jimmyjohns.com.
Freaky fast, freaky good. Order online at jimmyjohns.com or call 724-437-6800 for delivery or curbside pickup. Jimmy John's, next to Walnut Hill. Shop and save.
Been a good one tonight. Tied at 67, 5 seconds left in regulation. I have to thank our video stream sponsors tonight, Marucas Pizza Shop and Fayette County Recorder of Deeds Elect, John Marietta. So set up the final strategy here, Steve. Game tied at 60 seconds. Tied at 67, 5 seconds left in regulation.
You're going to turn my mic up, thanks. If you're Shea Fleener, you got to get the ball to the basket and try to get a basket or get a foul. And Uniontown's just got to play good defense. Maybe try to get a steal.
Now here we go. Inbounds pass. Going there to White. Floater on the lane. Off the glass. No good. Back on the far elbow. And missing there at the buzzer. They're not going to count that little layup. Matzes Chapman missed it on the far elbow, so we're going to overtime. Tied at 67. Albert Gallatin and Uniontown are back with the extra session in 60 seconds here on the CR Brada Group High School Sports Night.
UPMC Centers for Rehab Services on Wayland Smith Drive offers cutting-edge physical therapy. Jim Burns and his staff are residents of the community, treating sports injuries, neurological conditions, back pain, sprains and strains, joint replacements, hand injuries, and other conditions. They treat you efficiently and safely by taking all necessary precautions while disinfecting the clinic regularly. All insurance accepted. Experienced therapists. Convenient location and hours. Part of the community. Call the office with a prescription from your doctor or schedule by direct access 724-437-7500.
Where can you go these days and have your gas pump for you? Oil checks and windshield clean. Joby's Golf. That's where. Joby's Golf is conveniently located at the corner of Fayette and Beeson Boulevard. Joby's Golf is a fast, friendly, full-service gas station serving the Uniontown area in the same location for over 47 years. Joby's Golf offers lockout services, general repairs, tire repair, fenced-in storage lots, state inspection, golf products, and AAA 24-hour car and light truck towing service. Call 724-438-0681.
Back here for the overtime session. Pegg and Hager to take the tip-off. And it's controlled by Uniontown. Red Raiders working left to right as we describe it. Grooms, high lob over to Winfrey near side. And now Grooms again. In the corner over to Hager. Grooms on the far wing, plays catch with Winfrey. Grooms has it back, far wing and in. Hands off, Perkins trying to battle on Braxton. Kick out Hager for 3. Came up short, nice offensive rebound. Grooms lays it up and in. 26 for Notorious Grooms, and Uniontown leads 69-67 with 3:30 left here in this first overtime session. White coming back now for Albert Gallatin. Over to Matzes Chapman and now White again. Fronted there by Notorious Grooms. White left of the lane, floats it up off the back iron, no good. In traffic, and then we're going to over the back call. Here's Steve on Matzes Chapman.
Yes, they are.
That'll be 4 on Caleb Matzes Chapman. And Uniontown will shoot 2. coming back here with Jeremiah Hager. Hager, 1 of 2 yesterday at the foul line against Thomas Jefferson, has yet to attempt a free throw tonight until now, and he misses on the first of 2. Red Raiders, though, still lead at 69-67. Hager, 2nd of 2. This one rattling out. Peg the rebound again for Albert Gallatin. Uniontown continues to struggle here. Steve at the foul line. Matzes Chapman back across over to White for 3 in the lead, off the mark. Big time collision down low. Perkins and Braxton, and they'll get Perkins on the foul. And that'll be it for Perk. Fouls out after scoring 2 points here with 3:01 left in the first overtime. And Braxton will get a pair of free throws. Braxton scored 25 for Albert Gallatin tonight. And Grooms and Braxton pacing the way for their respective teams. Grooms with 26, Braxton with 25. The Red Raiders have a little time here to make a change as Perkins tries to plead his case. To no avail. He'll take a seat, and Kadrian McLee back in on the Uniontown side.
I've been watching a lot of games. I've never seen an official change his call yet, have you?
No. Maybe Perk asking for a little explanation down there. Now Braxton, first of 2 free throws, good. 26 for Braxton. AG back to within 1, down 69-68. 2nd of 2 free throws, good again for Jameer Braxton. So Braxton 27. We're tied at 69. 2:56 left here in the 4th. Notorious Grooms and Calvin Winfrey play catch. And off on the far side to Hager. Back to Grooms, near side Winfrey. Grooms again. Winfrey's open, long 3, near side. Good for the freshman Calvin Winfrey. 17 for Winfrey. He's had a big second half. For the Red Raiders up 3 at 72-69. 2:27 to play. Braxton looking for the answer. Back from the outside. Missed there on a 3. Got his own rebound. Comes back inside. And a foul called here on Bakari Wallace. The 3 on Wallace. And Braxton, Steve, he's been sitting at the foul line all night.
Yeah.
Get 2 here again. First of 2 good to give Braxton 28 points. I think he's hit the last 5 or 6, though, in a row.
Last 5.
Make it 6 in a row with a make there to give him 29 points on the game. And pull AG back to within 1 of Uniontown at 72-71. Edge of the zone, Grooms. Over to Hager, and now Notorious again. Those 2 play catch. Hager has it right now. He's calling for the travel. So AG will get the basketball back, down 1 with 2:09 left here in overtime. Had a couple of fun ones so far this week, Steve.
Yeah.
Inbounds pass. McLee almost got the steal. Peg finds it. Bounce pass
Travel.
to his left to Jarrett. Called for the travel. Now Grayson Jarrett with the walk. They had a lot of operating space there in the Red Raiders zone they could not take advantage of. Now McLee sends it into Winfrey. Far side over to Grooms. Floated back to Calvin. Back into the Albert Gallatin zone. Double team comes over. What's the call? Referees getting together. It's going to be a foul on Albert Gallatin.
The official down below us called the foul. I think the other official, Mr. Eisentraut, was going to call him out of bounds.
One on Blake White, his 3rd. That'll send Calvin Winfrey back to the free throw line where he's 1 of 4. Again, we'll have 2 here. First of 2 on the way, and again, no good. Wow. Red Raiders 0 of 3 here in overtime from the foul line.
And yet still lead by 1.
Winfrey, 2nd of 2. Got a friendly bounce off the back iron in that time. Red Raiders will take it. Winfrey with 18. 73-71, a 2-point lead for Uniontown, 147 left here in overtime. Blake White on the switchback here to Matzes Chapman. White has it again, left of the lane, offensive foul.
Yep, pushed off. He pushed off, and you can't call that on Grooms, and Grooms had good defense, and he extended his forearm. He might have got away with it, or at least no call if he doesn't extend his forearm, but he pushes off with his left arm or right arm as he's dribbling in there with his left.
Red Raiders get it back, leading by 2. Winfrey in the backcourt, across to Grooms. Now Winfrey looking for it again, but stolen there by Jarrett, who's fouled from behind by Bakari Wallace. Before for Wallace.
Coach doesn't like that call. Wallace came back from behind and poked the ball away. I don't know how he could have hit his arm. Looked like he just poked it. It probably should have been out of bounds.
Grayson Jarrett at the foul line. He's yet to score here in the second half, but at 9 points in the first half. 1 of 1 from the foul line. Make it 2 of 2.
Well, both teams playing pretty well.
All 5 of Albert Gallatin's overtime points have come at the free throw line.
Yeah, they're shooting good from the line.
And a miss there from Jarrett. Scrum for the rebound. Red Raiders find it. So Uniontown up 1 with the basketball. 73-72, 120 to play. Winfrey here on the near side. Trying to spin off a double team. Might want a timeout. The Red Raiders will take it with 1:14 left here in overtime. Up 73-72. We're back in 60 from the CR Barada Group High School Sports Night.
December, that wonderful time of the year, the season for celebrating the holidays and cheering on the Red Raiders basketball team and Coach K. Perkins Painting and Contracting is a proud sponsor of Uniontown High School basketball. Perkins Painting and Contracting, your solution for all of your painting and contracting needs. Call 724-322-1285. Best wishes for a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from Perkins Painting and Contracting. The Catholic War Veterans, Post 1669 in Hopwood, are proud supporters of local high school sports. For more information on the programs that the Catholic War Veterans provide, log on to the Catholic War Veterans website at www.cwv.org. You can also visit the Catholic War Veterans Post 1669 on Facebook or phone 724-437-3088. That's 724-437-3088 for the Catholic War Veterans Post 1669 in Hopwood.
There we go, Steve. Back for more overtime basketball. 1:14 left here in the first overtime. Red Raiders, the basketball, leading at 73-72. Grooms back across over to Winfrey, coming near baseline, leaning in, couldn't get it to go. Ball out of bounds off of Albert Gallatin and out. Last touch by Nick Pegg.
I'll tell you what, I like the aggressive play there. Coach K sending these guys in, and you know what, you just can't, let's call it what it is. The way they're shooting free throws so poorly, you don't want to just stand around and wait to get fouled. I mean, you might as well try to go to the hoop.
Here's McLee over to Grooms again, edge of the zone. Far side, Wallace, touch pass. McLee couldn't finish. Hager going for the save, found it back to McLee, who missed from point-blank range. McLee, though, again keeps it alive. 43 seconds left. Uniontown the basketball. Up 1 at 73-72. Winfrey back to Grooms. Double team, fires a pass down low. Wallace comes free and puts it up and in. Bakari Wallace with 9. The Uniontown lead at 3. 30 seconds left. Matzes Chapman back across. AG needs the 3 for the tie. Braxton on the outside, spinning his way in. Will turn and shoot far elbow. Good for Braxton. Timeout Albert Gallatin. Braxton with 31. 75-74 Red Raiders. 16 seconds left here in overtime. We're back in 60 here on the CR Barada Group High School Sports Night.
Find more snuggle time this winter and be prepared for the cold with the help of First Federal Savings and Loan of Greene County. With a home improvement loan, a home equity loan, or a home equity line of credit, you can finally upgrade that old furnace, take care of that leaking roof, or replace those outdated floors. Keep the cold out and the warm and cozy in your home this winter. Visit a loan officer today or apply online at firstfederalofgreen.com. First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. NMLS number 458729.
Attorneys from all over the state and nation advertise in southwestern Pennsylvania for personal injury and workers' comp cases. But most of them send their assistants to do the legwork. You might not even meet your attorney until your first hearing.
We're local attorneys, Davis & Davis. We meet directly with our clients, including free consultation. There are no fees until you receive money on your case. If you've been injured, call Davis & Davis, representing you and your neighbors yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
Phone 724-437-2799.
Uniontown with the basketball, up 75-74. Back through center, a double dribble call there, Steven Grooms.
Yep, trying to kind of weave through traffic, and he was getting through the traffic, but the ball just kind of bounced up funny to him, and he kind of caught it with both hands and dribbled it back, tried to get away with it.
13 seconds left here in the first overtime. Albert Gallatin down one, an opportunity to win it. Grayson Jarrett will send it in. Jarrett into the backcourt, having to hustle that one down was Jameer Braxton. Sending it forward there to Matsis Chapman down the lane, off to his left, over to Peg out in front. Put it up and in, AG in the lead, 3 seconds left. No timeout taken by Uniontown. Wallace got knocked down, and Albert Gallatin will win it 76-75. Wow, what a finish. Both teams giving it their all tonight. And the Albert Gallatin students rush the floor.
That was a heck of a basketball game.
76-75, Albert Gallatin wins it here in overtime. Back to tell you all about it on our postgame show, brought to you by First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County. Comes your way next year on WMBS, the Triple Live High School Sports Network, and Facebook Live.
Plumbing and Excavating, helping area residents with residential and commercial plumbing, gas, electric, and water lines, along with paving, concrete, and excavation site work for over 30 years. Building a new home, Lee's does utility installation of water, gas, and sewage lines. Lee's does maintenance work on all existing homes, too. Call 724-245-2950. That's 724-245-2950 for your quote. Lee's wishes all the area basketball teams good luck this season from Lee's Plumbing and Excavating.
Does your car sound like it's saying, trade me in, trade me in, every time you start it up? Well, go to Ford of Uniontown and trade it in. That's right, your Uniontown Ford dealer is ready to assist you with a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV purchase. Ford of Uniontown has all the deals, all the inventory, and they are ready to deal. It has never been a better time to buy a Ford. Service is their top priority. No matter where you purchase your Ford car or truck, Ford of Uniontown will be happy to service it for you. They offer Ford-trained technicians, Ford-certified parts and service, 1-year, 12,000-mile parts warranties, and new state-of-the-art service equipment. Call or stop in today to see the hometown service of Ford of Uniontown, Route 40 West across from Applebee's. So listen to your car the next time you hear it say, trade me in, trade me in. Ford of Uniontown, Route 40 at the top of the hill.
Magisterial District Judge Daniel Shimshock would like to wish all area listeners a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. 'Tis the season of goodwill and cheer. Magisterial District Judge Daniel Shimshock hopes that you take the time to help those in need over the holidays and cherish the time that you spend with loved ones and those close to you. Happy holidays from Magisterial District Judge Daniel Shimshock.
Hi, I'm Russ Bleho. As your local Allstate agent, providing protection that fits your life is something I take, well, personally. I'm committed to learning about your needs and personalizing protection to meet them. From bundling your auto, home, and life insurance with ease to evaluating optional coverage based on your protection needs. I can build an insurance proposal that fits your life. Are you in good hands? Contact me, Russ Bleho, for a free quote.
Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Savings vary.
Did you know that you have a choice for your physical therapy provider? NovaCare Rehabilitation offers same-day appointments, and oftentimes you don't need a prescription from your doctor to see us. We will make sure that you are treated as an individual and will work directly one-on-one with you to help achieve your goals. You have tried the rest. Now try the best. NovaCare, Delaware Avenue in Uniontown. Phone 724-437-0556 to schedule your appointment today.
When your car is damaged, the name to remember is Ted Silva & Son Body and Fender Repair. Currently in their 58th year of providing quality, reliable service to the community, Ted Silva & Son offers complete collision service, minor to major repairs, frame and unibody repair, and glass installation. They will gladly blueprint your vehicle for repair, and they will work with your insurance company. With a paint booth that utilizes the environmentally friendly waterborne paint process, Ted Silva & Son not only cares for our community and our children, they care for our environment. located on Atlas Road in Hopwood. It is the goal of Ted Silva & Son to alleviate the stress of an accident and assist you in any way possible. Family owned and operated for 58 years. Call 724-437-2351 for Ted Silva & Son Body and Fender Repair, LLC. Proud to support local high school sports.
Back wrapping things up here in York Run, 76-75. Albert Gallatin defeats Uniontown in overtime. Again, our post-game show brought to you by First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County. Steve, here's your final stats. They're brought to you by Peachin's Pharmacy in the downtown Connellsville Peachin Market.
Okay, for the Red Raiders, Perkins finishes with 2 points. Hager with 2 as well. Winfrey with 17. Wallace 9. Grooms with 26 I have him with. And McLeod with 8. Uphold with 7. And Townsend with 3. They scored 11 in the first, 28 in the second, 11 in the third, 17 in the fourth, 7 in overtime, or actually 8 in overtime, 75 for the ball game. For the Colonials, White finishes with 13 points, Matsis Chapman with 8, Belt with 4, Peg with 10, 2 of them on that last second winner, and Jarrett with 10. Braxton led the way with a game-high 31 points for Jameer Braxton, who had a heck of a game. They had 20 points in the first, 25 in the second, 9 in the third, 13 in the fourth, and, of course, 10 in overtime, or actually 9 in overtime to win it 76-75. What a heck of a ball game that was. Wow.
If you're folks on Facebook Live, that'll do it. 76-75. Albert Gallatin over Uniontown. One final segment coming your way next here on WMBS.